Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 92 of In PS We Trust, a PlayStation podcast. My name's Davey, and joined with me, as always, is the fine wine himself, Mr. Philip Hoy.
What's up, listeners? It's big quiz time, and guess what? We are back together, boys. Let's have it.
Chin chin, lads.
Chin chin, boys.
Chin chin, boys. And to my left, the boy wonder himself, Mr. Spencer Davis. How the devil are you, my friend?
I'm good, boys. I'm good. I'm fucking excited, lads. It's delayed already. Delayed by 2 episodes, a month.
Yep, entire month.
I'm keen for a drink.
And do you know what the worst thing about it is? We came into, I think it was on about like episode 86 or whatever, and we were saying, oh, this is going to be a really light, quick news. Like, this is going to be nothing. We had about 4 shots on the dock, I think, total at that point. And here we are now. We decided to play quite a few games. And instead of doing at the end of quick news, the loser gets a shot, it was then every single round of fucking quick news, someone gets a shot. And now we got the most shots we've ever had on a quick news ever in our entire 92 episode career.
It's ramped up really, really quick towards the end,
It's
hasn't
awful,
it? It's
yeah.
almost like we panicked and thought maybe the big quiz isn't going to be so big without shots. So we thought we'll try and fiddle them in to, places that they didn't fit. And ultimately it's ended us up in a problem, an issue,
We've
a
also
situation.
kind of screwed over episode 100 in doing so as well. Because now we've
Yeah.
only got 8
Yeah.
episodes until
True.
100, and that's 100. That's got to be the biggest quiz.
Well, I've already got an idea for that I'll pass through you guys, but
Ooh,
we'll save
okay.
that for another 8 episodes time. Today, of course, is episode 92 of In PS We Trust, a PlayStation podcast. And if you're joining us for the first time, then hello, you have joined us on a celebration episode. So every single 10 episodes, normally on the time when it goes from like 89 to 90, whatever you call that, every
10th.
10th episode?
Every 10th episode.
It's a decade and it's 10. So is it?
It's a decade in time.
Yeah.
There's something. There was a word for it for like a. I don't know
Every
what it would be.
10th, mate.
Yeah, just 10th. Just
yeah,
over
all
10th.
right, all right, all right,
episode.
okay, all right,
Okay,
all right.
yeah.
Okay, I try and stop. I'm trying to expand my command of the English language, but we'll
Vernacular,
save that
yeah.
for now.
For anyone who's
But-
watched the podcast, though, they would understand that's been very difficult for us over these 92 episodes.
It certainly has.
Really difficult. Turns out it's quite hard to speak.
It can
It
be.
is, yeah.
Really difficult.
But if you are joining us for the first time, this is a celebration episode. And the way this works is that throughout the last 10 episodes, or 12 episodes in this case, we've racked up a number of shots through bets, through quick news challenges, and other assorted things, and saying the game that can't be mentioned. We've racked up a load. And then when you get to that celebration episode, as of today, the hens come home to roost. All our shots come in, and it is rough. So the way this is going to work, the normal run of the show is going to kick off in terms of what we've been playing, moving it on to, there's going to be a question involved, quick news, all that stuff. But the difference is, instead of a topic today, we have got 3 separate quizzes. So we each have a quiz that we've brought to the table. The loser of each round of that has to take a shot of alcoholic beverage. And there are strict rules with this. You can't pussy out and have apple sours or anything like that. It's got to be at least a decent percentage.
But you can have limoncello, right?
Limoncello is at least in
That's
the 20s.
acceptable,
That's
is
in
it?
the 20s.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's just over the line.
Just over the line.
Yeah, just over the line.
Just over the line.
Okay. Just to get that clear, because I thought there might be some limoncellos later.
There
I can
are.
see a bottle by there, so I'm
Remy
assuming
did,
there is
yeah.
going to be some limoncellos later.
There certainly are.
Yeah.
There certainly are. And so it gets very, very messy indeed. If you are looking for a serious podcast, might want to go back an episode if it's your first time. But for those that know the drill, know that these episodes are some of the funnest episodes that we do. And it means that we get a chance to all be together, which is always good. Now, in terms of all being together, it means we're all drinking, which means we could bring back a historic segment to the show. Boys, what are you drinking today? Phil, let's start with yourself.
Wow, that's music to my ears.
Been a while.
It's been ages since we've even just had a beer on the podcast. I know, like, occasionally you might sneak a red in there from time to time, but generally speaking, we don't tend to drink on the podcast anymore.
no.
Because if you go back and you listen to maybe the first 30, 20
yes.
episodes,
20 or
30
30, it might be
episodes,
30.
we were getting hammered every single time, and it really took a toll on our lives, I think, right?
great,
because
though.
every Friday, then when we record, we'd have to go through that Saturday. And that was very difficult for us. Well, it's very difficult for me in particular. So I'm quite glad we've moved past that. And I think it's improved the podcast overall.
It has.
But I do like this time when we can get fucked up.
it feels earned, you know.
It
Like
does.
we put a lot of effort into the show. We get literally no financial reward. We only get the reward from you guys on the internet saying that you're enjoying the show, and that's enough for us, right? And I get to listen to myself for 3 or so hours when I listen to it back, and that's always a nice time, right? Who doesn't love the sound of their own voice?
Christ. It's cringe when you would do the editing, but once it's edited, it sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sounds a lot better.
Yeah.
Sound a lot better. So I suppose this brings us on to the question: what are you drinking today, Phil? It looks like you've got yourself a load of nonce beers today. Is that the case?
Wow. Is that what we call them? Nonce beers?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, moving on to it now.
I think it's short for nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good save
Yeah.
there,
Yeah,
Spence.
exactly right.
Because we're at episode 92 now, aren't we, guys? So if people are joining us at this point and they're going to get offended by us saying nonce, us saying any of these sort of words, probably just, as he said, go back to a previous episode because we tone it down a little bit on the normal shows.
I don't know if we do.
Not the language.
I
I
think
don't know if we
no,
do.
A little bit more
I
than it's going to
dunno.
be tonight.
Yeah, I think you're probably best off going to a different podcast, to be honest.
Wasn't
Wow.
Davey saying fuck all those other countries the other day?
Yeah, I literally, I had a
he
thing
was.
about
He was.
the worst thing.
Fuck Guernsey.
The worst thing about it is the Channel Islands are totally exempt, so they've actually got PSN.
Yeah.
So the entire time I looked after them, I was like, are they even affected, or am I just having a load of pop because I've got a problem with the fact they don't pay the same tax as us? Turns out it was literally just because they don't pay the same tax. They got PSN.
Oh, they have.
So it was literally just me going on a vendetta last episode against Guernsey.
I would have loved it if someone from Guernsey had written it.
I really thought somebody might call me out, and I'd be like, yeah, I just fucking hate your country. For like no reason.
Or-
I've even been there like it.
Or they'll just turn up at your door, ring the doorbell, and you'd be like, hey.
Yeah.
This is from Guernsey, you cunt.
But I've left you some cream.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Here's some
Yeah,
cream.
here's some
Yeah,
cream.
yeah, yeah,
Thanks,
some
thanks for the tip on the cream.
Anyway,
Drinks. Let's move this on. I am drinking the Punk IPA. These have been around my house for way too long, and I need to get rid of them. I've got a massive stock backlog, just as I have with video games, of alcohol, and I need to get through them. So I'm on the Brewdog Punk IPA tonight, boys.
I would say very nice, but it's the best out of a bad bunch.
It is.
I've seen the rest of what you've got in there, and that's
Oh, it's
At
a proper
least
mixture
drinkable.
I've got in the
Yeah.
fridge at the moment. It could be anything. I've just gone in and just picked up a random bunch. So it could be IPAs, it could be beers, it could be whatever. I don't know. There might even be a sour in there, which is horrible. If I end up looking like this a bit later, it's because I've opened a sour by accident and not realised what I've opened and just taken a big gulp. Because I'm on one of those subscription boxes. I don't know if you boys know.
I was
yeah.
on one. I
I've
was on
cancelled
one.
it now because my stock got too large. But they would send through random lagers, random beers, random drinks, okay, that would come through my door. And sometimes they would be bless, sometimes they would be absolutely disgusting. And the sour end of it, for me personally, I don't really like it, or I don't really like the flavoured beers as well.
Yeah,
so when
they're
it comes to like a raspberry beer or a pineapple beer, fruit beer, two separate things for me. So I'm just trying to stick to the normal side of things when it comes to beer, and that's why I'm going to stick with the Punk IPA to start with, but who knows what I've got later. So you're all in for a treat.
Well, I'm not going to say I approve because I don't approve, but you know, it is what it is. What about yourself, Spence? You want something a little bit more normal?
Definitely a little bit more normal.
Normal?
All that
Normal?
shit. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
rancid, man.
Normal?
It is
It's
tragic,
rancid.
tragic. It's like a cry for help. You
Yeah.
know, like if somebody says like, "Oh, let's go and get a craft beer," I would just think,
If they say craft, where have they been? They've just come from Bath and they're having a craft beer.
"Oh, I really want a craft beer," and I think like, do you really like it?
They
And
don't.
It's,
No.
it's
No,
like
they
a
don't.
fashion statement. It's like a thing. Like, oh, I love it. And you go, I know I'm growing my
Fashion
hair out.
statement.
It is. I know I'm growing my
Coming
hair.
from the guy who slicked back his hair, who's had 3 different haircuts in the last 3 months.
I have indeed. But the thing about it is that if I was to drink that, you know, the next stage for me is a man bun. Like, that's the next
You
stage.
could pretty much
next
do a
haircut.
man
It's
bun.
getting there.
I think you're going to take the crown off and there's going to be a man bun under there.
There's not, my friend. But if I took some of that, there's a real possibility. And so I can't do it. So what are you on, Spence? What are you drinking today?
Definitely something better than that. I've had not one of those. I had a sours, like you mentioned. It was called the 99 cone. So it was
Sure.
like ice
I've
cream
had that.
flavored,
I've
and it
had
was
that.
9.9%.
Terrible.
Terrible.
I chucked it down the sink, rancid. So for me, something a bit more normal, just on the straight. Jack Daniel's not straight, mixing it with Pepsi Max Cherry, as you should, as everyone should. It's delightful, but just whiskey, boys, until we crack open that limoncello.
Nice.
I was going to say, that's a bit hardcore, isn't it? Starting on shorts to go on to more shorts. You're kind of setting yourself up for a big fall here, Spence. Unless, of course, you've laid down the foundations earlier and had a shit ton of food before this started.
Boneless banquet, KFC.
Oh, he
Nice.
has. He
Yeah,
has. There we go. Ding dong.
He's done it.
Yeah.
Well done, my friend. Well, today, guys, I'm starting off on some lagers. So I'm starting off on some Cruz Campo, which is a great Spanish lager. I've drunk it for a lot of years while I've been over in Spain, and so now it's come over to the UK. It's always a great time.
It's everywhere now, though.
It's
isn't it?
literally everywhere, yeah.
Cruz Campo, Bia Moretti, and there's another one, isn't there? And it's
Madri.
everywhere. It's Madri's the other one. It's taken over Britain.
It has.
No more Fosters.
Yeah, but
Carlin's on the out.
thank God,
good.
mate.
All
Thank
those
God.
lagers that I was brought up on, that I absolutely love, tasteless lagers as well as the more, higher end, beers. They're all getting booted out of the pubs.
Thank God, mate.
to
Bia
be fair,
Moretti and Madri, delightful.
Cruz Campo is up there. I love Cruz Campo. It's not as good as Estrella, but Estrella you pay a little bit more of a premium for, and so it's like
You do in Britain, yeah.
yeah, you do,
Yeah.
yeah. When you go over to like Barcelona, Estrella everywhere, cheap as chips.
It's like Peroni when you're in Italy. It's just water.
It's like
You
Super
know,
Bock.
it's,
Coming out
it's,
the fountains.
it's the workers' beer, actually.
Mate,
It's
Super
the
Bock in
Carling,
Portugal.
It's the Fosters. It's the Stella of Italy, Peroni. So they don't have it. They don't do it.
Stella of Italy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm on that to start with, but then quickly I'm going to be moving it on to rum. So I got load of flavored rums tonight that I'm going to be having. And of course, the shots for tonight, I think the first thing we're doing is limoncello. And
A man's drink.
that
It
is
is
a
a
man's
man's
drink.
drink.
That is a man's
It
drink.
is a
No
man's
one
drink.
insulted limoncello. And the thing about it is that we've got, as the big quiz winner from last time, hence the crown, for those who are watching on YouTube, I've got 5 extra shots to give.
People are going to be so confused. They tune in. We're discussing beer, and you've got a crown on.
Yeah. They don't know.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is meant to be about video games.
Hey, the thing is with our podcast, it's like Always Sunny. You don't watch a random episode of Always Sunny. You have to watch the entire thing to be able to figure out all the in jokes and everything.
Jokes, yeah. And there's a lot of those with us.
We're very much like that,
Yeah.
especially with alcohol involved. But that covers this off. So let's move it into something a little bit more normal for us. Let's move it into a question.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
How normal is this question?
I think it's pretty normal.
Yeah?
Right? So I've gone back into the bank of questions that I keep. So when I'm
The
sitting there,
bank. I love that you call it the bank.
I do. So I'm sitting there at night and I'll be with the missus and we're watching something on TV.
Fiddling
and
in
then,
the bank.
and then I think to myself, a random question. I'll get into a conversation with her. I think I'll write that down and ask the lads. And so this is no different. So guys, I want to know a wish that you have. One wish.
Okay.
And then whoever says that wish, the other 2 parties, so in this case, if you said your wish,
Yeah.
me and Spence will give you the side effects for that
Okay.
wish.
Okay.
And then I suppose the big thing is, do you take that on or not? You got a choice to either give up on your wish, on your dream, or to double down and take what comes.
I like the way he's done this, Spence, because what he's just explained to us is that he's already tested this out on his missus.
Yeah.
And he's run a few ideas past her to see what hits
In it.
beforehand. And then he's put us on the spot in front of the camera, in front of all our millions of fans across the internet.
Dear God.
We've mentioned we make no money.
They're very poor fans. That's fine. We
yeah.
just appeal to the
Yeah,
lowest
yeah.
common denominator. It's all right. We got loads of them. They just got no money, right? And they never sub. So he's already run it past his missus. He already knows what he's going to say. And now he's going to put us on the spot. That's all I'm saying. I've seen that. I've seen that.
You're not wrong.
What was that?
That's one of my beers.
I can't even say that. Also Vega. Is that right? Would you say
The
that's
word
it?
there you want to say
Osa
is
Vega.
lager.
Lager.
Mexican style lager.
I know a lot about Mexico. And I know that, if
Do
we
you?
were talking
Do
about
you?
tequila,
Can you do a Mexican accent?
Every time.
I
Always.
can. We're not going there, though.
Not yet.
not with one beer down.
After one sip of that, you will.
Maybe.
Maybe it'll give me the
This
accent.
this
Maybe.
one might be good. The only thing about Mexico is I don't really know if they're renowned for their lager. Like tequila. If this was tequila, we're in for a good time here. Lager, I think we'll leave it to the Europeans for their lager. To be fair. So I'll stick with the Spanish for now. So Spence, as the youngest, do you want to kick us off? What's your wish?
Oh, my wish. All right. I think I've thought about this kind of similar thing in the past,
Okay.
but I'd love to know how you're going to warp it. So my wish would be that anything that I choose, so it's a decision, if I look at anything, I can choose whether to fully understand it. So say I see a piece of technology. My wish is that I could just look at it and think, I wish I knew how that worked.
So a bit like Forge from X-Men.
Yeah.
Because he has that power, doesn't he?
A lot like Forge from
He
X-Men.
kind of thinks of a bit of technology and then he can invent it.
Exactly, yeah. But it's like existing technology, I could look at it and just completely understand it, every way it functions,
But
and
what-
all the possible things that people aren't already doing.
But why wouldn't you want that for everything you looked at?
Because you don't want infinite knowledge. It creates depression. Once you understand everything, there's nothing else to explore. So I'd want it for specific categories and stuff, and then eventually you learn, you move on. You're not going to live forever. You will run out of stuff, but it keeps you exploring.
What if you looked at yourself? Could you not then be like, I know how I can improve?
Well,
I can live forever.
I'm sure he already does that.
I
Oh, sorry, Spence. Sorry,
It's all
Spence.
good, man.
One beer in. One beer in.
Hey, they're strong, those beers, bro. Hey, they're strong. And I had 2 at lunch. Wait, I'm on it.
Fucking hell. All right. So, do you want to give Spence your side effect first?
Well, I was thinking Spencer's idea is pretty good, actually, because it would come in very helpful in my job. Because I'm constantly posed with new technologies, new ideas, which I have to quickly understand and then teach other people how to use said technology. So it would come in super handy for me. But the problem I run into having that knowledge is that everyone then just assumes that you know stuff and then you have to help them.
Yeah.
You become their way of learning. You don't help other people. You just have to be the one to help them.
You're a teacher.
They never learn for themselves. They'll always just turn to you. So they come to me and they say, oh, Phil, how do I do this in Marketo? How do I do this in AEM? And I teach them once.
You don't teach them, you say fuck off.
I don't teach them twice.
Yeah.
But they ask twice. They ask a third time. They ask a fourth time. And it's just a plain no to me.
Damn straight.
That's what I say every single time. And it frustrates the hell out of me. You guys, you're probably listening. You'll know. But that's going to happen to you. If you've got infinite knowledge, people are going to come back and back and back. Oh, Spencer, how do you understand this? How do you do this? And you'll just get so worn out by that, bro. Game over. You'll hate yourself and end up just topping yourself because of that.
That's fine. I just tell them fuck off.
Fair play. I think my side effect, I do like that one because it is nothing worse. I mean, that's people management 101, isn't it? You just get you just think, why can't you think for yourself? Like,
You get
why
overrun with
can't
imbeciles,
you
yeah.
use Google?
Yeah.
Like, that's how I learned. I've just Googled and I've read the first paragraph on the first result and I've done it for you once. And I've shown you how it works. Why can't you either remember that or go back and Google it yourself?
So, do you think
There's some rage here.
Do you think the way it works with Spencer's power is that he looks at something, understands it, and then immediately, like as if it affects somebody, whoever's around you at that point asks you about that thing. So it's not like as if you're like starting to work on something and you're thinking like, oh, that chair, I reckon I can make an even better chair. It's only got 3 legs. And this chair's better, right? Or 10 legs. You know, I don't know how your crazy mind's going to go.
Basic.
Yeah, you look at a chair, you
A
think,
blind.
how do I make that better? How do I improve the chair?
He
or
didn't.
the
He,
wheel?
he also didn't tell you how much better he's going to improve things. He might just
Might be
improve it
marginal
like
gains.
like a 1%.
Yeah.
Like
But
a
it's
1%
not even a
gain.
case of me. That's not the only thing to do with the power. The power is just I have full understanding of anything I choose to
To
understand.
understand. Okay.
Okay.
So he looks at a chair and he thinks, why is this so good? Like, why does this support? Why is this good? So he learns all about, the structural integrity of the chair. He learns about your muscles and how they adapt to the chair. And is it good to sit in this one for a long time? Why is this one better? Why is this one? Is it the moment that you look at that then I reckon what would happen is that like a cloud kind of like whoever's around him asks him about that thing immediately. Like, is that how it works with yours?
I think the way it works, right, is that Spencer would see a key, and a la kind of a horror game, survival horror game, he just gets the ... at the bottom of the screen. It's like, maybe I can open a door with this.
In real life. Oh, that'd be so
And he
cool.
just sees it just in his own mind.
gives
Those
me a
words
hint.
come at the bottom and just gives him a very blatant hint what to do with it. Oh, a drink. Maybe I could drink this.
It'd be like on God of War Ragnarok, where you approach something for the first time. It's like a water wheel, and they're like, maybe you could throw the axe. You're like, I just fucking looked at it. Like, I haven't even had a chance to understand the puzzle.
immediately.
Yeah,
Yeah, he gets
Spoiler.
in-game or in-life hints all the time.
I'm so annoyed. All right, that'd be annoying.
That'd be irritating.
I tell you what, my one for you, Spence, would be that you just have short-term memory loss.
Ah,
So anything you look at, you try and understand, and you get it, you forget it straight away. Or really quickly.
That's peak.
That's grim, bro.
That's peak.
Yeah, that would be terrible.
That's it then as well. So I would understand stuff, but it'd just be gone.
Yeah, be gone.
Yeah. But then you could look at it again.
Yeah.
It's not like a one and done, is it? It could just repeat on itself.
Do
So
you
you could
know
just be
where-
keeping going back.
Both of your things, though, I would still, I think, be okay. Because I would enter Street Fighter 6 tournaments. I'd have full understanding of the game. And in the moment, you don't need short-term memory.
No, you don't.
I would know.
Maybe you should block.
Exactly. That's fine.
You would just get frustrated with that,
I'd just
wouldn't you?
block, bro. I would close my eyes and just let him take me. And then just listen to what he does. And he'll be like, spiral arrow. Yes. Maybe you should. And I'll do that.
Yeah,
But
that's fair.
I'd know all the frames. I'd know everything. I'd know where the windows are.
Yeah.
It'd be fine.
Yeah. There's ways around it with short-term memory loss. I mean, what is it? 50 First Dates, the Adam Sandler film? She's got short-term memory loss, doesn't she?
It's
And
not quite... It's
It's wild, though, her short-term memory
quite an
loss is
extreme variant of
wild.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's wild. It's like
She can never
every
progress.
day on the dot. Yeah, it
Yeah.
like resets.
It's every time she sleeps.
Is it?
Yeah. She wakes up and she goes back to that date.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Well, I like your one, Spence. So you're saying you'd still carry on with that, even though the side effects are pretty brutal.
I just play video games, yeah, and I just understand the video games fully. And I'd win a tournament, and I'd be like, huh? I'd won the tournament.
They'd be like, come and collect your money. What?
They'd be waiting for the pop off, and I'd be like,
what's money? dot. Maybe you could buy something.
Jesus Christ.
you know,
So what about yourself, Mr. Hoy? What's your wish?
Well, I've been trying to piece together something, but I'm kind of ending on the same kind of vein as where Spence has gone with this, because it's no joke. I'm getting old now, right? And you guys bring it up constantly on the podcast, and I'm getting to the age now where the brain, the noggin, isn't as good as it used to be. So my short-term memory isn't great.
Oh, dear.
So
Oh,
things
no.
things happen, and I forget them. It is that culture of just thinking, well, I've got my mobile phone, so I can always just look that up.
Yeah.
Okay. So take, for example, my phone number. I don't remember my phone number. Do you know your phone number?
Yeah.
I do not know my phone number. I've never learnt my mobile phone number. And every time someone asks me, I go, I'm going to have to look that up because I do not know my phone number.
that's crazy.
I know my address. I know my birthday. I know my name. I haven't got that
If you didn't
far,
know your
right?
birthday or your name, that's wild.
I'm only getting to 40. I'm not 80, 90, where I might lose that type of shit.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to see some effects, right? I just don't remember it when I need to remember it. So my superpower, if I could pick it out, is that I would have that knowledge, and there's a word for it, and there's a condition for it, isn't there? And maybe it's an example because I can't remember
Photographic
the word
memory.
for it. But the photographic, there it is, photographic memory. I would love that as a superpower. I would just love to remember every single thing I've ever saw, ever done, and just bring it up in my mind straight away. So when we're on the podcast, Davey, you go on rants. My rants would just end your rants. They would be rants to end the world. I'd still be going 4, 5, 6 hours later.
You'd have
On
a
the
fat rant, you'd be like,
smallest detail.
Here's why you're wrong.
Yeah, just go. Yeah, you just remember. I remember this article I saw back in 2008. Oh,
Photographic memory, but perfect. 1-to-1.
like movie photographic memory. Like when they show it in
anything I
movies,
want, I'm
and
just like,
someone's
boom.
like, yeah, and it's
There
like,
it is.
like it floods
Yeah.
in. You know, I'm sure photographic memory people, they probably have some downside, but movie ones they never do.
Basically, just Google for your brain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
But only stuff you've experienced. I'm not saying I want ultimate knowledge.
Okay.
I don't want to be able to know things I don't know. Just life experiences and anything I've ever done or touched or seen, I can just bring back straight away.
Yeah.
So I just want a better brain.
Okay.
And that's at 39. It's not looking good for the future, boys.
It's not.
Certainly not, my friend.
Maybe I should stop drinking.
Don't be crazy. I'm sure it's good for your brain.
Do you know my weakness?
Go on.
1 gig storage.
You've given me quite a lot, actually.
I was going to be generous
Yeah.
a bit because I
Yeah.
thought I was going to say
I
when
loved-
you were born, how big were like SD cards, memory cards back then,
yeah.
or well, floppy disks, innit? I thought I'll be generous, a gigabyte.
1.44 megabytes.
yeah. I thought I'll be generous. We'll go a
I
gig.
think. Maybe I'm wrong on that, and that'll demonstrate the short-term memory.
Yeah.
But I love the way Davey laughed at that. So, Davey, you do understand something.
I
about
do
computers.
get the odd thing. I do
Yeah,
get the odd
good,
thing.
good.
I really like that. That's great. That is.
Yeah.
Just be selective. Mine is a little bit darker. I'm afraid.
Okay.
So mine is
can
that
only
you
remember
got the
your trauma.
photographic memory.
Is that it?
Literally exactly right. Yeah.
Is it?
That mine was going to be a case of the only thing is you obsess about every single feeling you've ever had in your life.
I do anyway.
So like literally, you know, like people say, right, there's this thing going around in the
Did I tell you about the egg and spoon race that I lost? like those things I still remember.
But you
That
even
burned
cheated.
me.
He glued the spoon.
I was very good. I've got long legs. I'm quite a fast runner.
Like,
still lost.
I know
Second.
I know things
That's
I've,
losing in my mind.
It is losing, correct?
Losing.
I know things I've fucked up with in my time, right? Like maybe there might be an approach I've done to a woman, it's just not panned out or whatever.
Oh, it's loads of those.
But the good thing is that the more time goes on, they say time's the biggest healer, right? Because you move on.
Is
from
that
it,
what you tell
but
them?
You never can.
A week later, time's the biggest healer, love. Come on, move
You'll
on.
get over
You'll
it.
get over
You'll
me.
get over it. Jesus Christ, God, they ain't that good.
Stop watching the podcast.
But this is the thing. Your thing is you just obsess about that. So you just got that on the
I
brain.
kind of do that anyway. And I think that's human nature to obsess about failings. I think people that don't, like, how would you ever learn from your failings if you didn't think about them?
Yeah, but
And
they don't
constantly
take over
adjust
your
yourself.
life.
They typically are the things that stick in your mind.
Yeah,
innit?
they do naturally. So I don't think it's
Naturally.
that different. I think you're pushing it a bit further. You know, most people may be on a 6 or a 7, but you're pushing it all the way to 10 on this one.
10.
But I mean, I've got photographic memory. There's a lot to think about, isn't
I
there?
thought you could have gone like you
Yeah.
have nightmares every night of your birth or something.
Jesus
Because you remember it. You
Maybe
remember it.
You would remember it, yeah.
Jesus.
Just the start of it.
coming at you,
Yeah.
fucking mum's vagina.
And you wake up every morning like, ah!
And you come out and it's not your dad at the end. You're like, what? Ooh.
Oh Jesus! Why is the kid white?
Or just a black version of my dad. Brilliant. With the white moustache.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah, I'd love to see that.
Oh, that'd be immense.
Yeah.
All right. Fucking up.
I think I'd still go for it, yeah.
Still would.
Yeah.
All right.
I'd be happy with a little worry. That wouldn't bother me. And just having, you know, a small amount of those memories would help me, I think. Because it betters where I am now.
I think the only issue is depends how much trauma you've had in your life.
Very little.
If there's so much trauma that it fills a gig, there's nothing else.
Yeah,
it's just trauma.
Yeah.
But with yours, because you can kind of pick and choose, can't you, what you store on a memory
Yeah,
card?
yeah.
So surely I could just store really important memories on there.
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah. I think I've got a gig of good things I would like to remember. Yeah. It's almost like Facebook before you deactivate it. Just the good stuff. You want to download those photos and keep them, don't you?
No.
You don't.
No. Nothing good on Facebook.
It's just us pissed, really. me
Yeah.
and you.
Yeah. Pretty much,
That's why I
yeah.
deactivated it.
Yeah, fair. Looks like we had a problem. So I'm thinking for myself, what do I want now? My ultimate wish is always the same, and I'm not gonna flex my morals here. My ultimate wish would be that I could just teleport.
Yeah, of course.
It's just the amount of times that I think in my life, why has nobody invented this yet? It's 2024. Just fucking invent it. They're on about it in The Fly, right? Which came out in 1982 or whatever. Just get off your ass and just do it. Don't make iPhone 15. Give me teleport. Give me iTeleport.
You think
bro.
that's the reason we're not teleporting? Because they're busy with the iPhone 15.
I don't know.
iOS 18 is
All
fucking...
these
I mean, if
scientists.
you think about it, the amount of resource Apple got,
They got a lot.
they should be solving
time.
other things than just making new phones slightly better.
They've just stepped into AR and you think, oh, teleporting's next.
I think it's about damn time.
It's-
And I think my wish is that I could teleport. So I don't know how that happens. I don't know, like a mutant power, whatever. I just want to be able to teleport myself. That is my wish.
Okay. Downside is you can't accurately pick out where you're going to teleport to. So if you say, I'm going to teleport to the kitchen, could be anywhere in the kitchen.
Oh, so it's not that far out then. It's pretty close.
Close-ish.
Could it be in the wall?
But
Like
it could possibly be
So
in
it
the
could
wall.
kill me.
Could. Well, not necessarily kill you, but you could get injured by it, couldn't you? So if you're thinking, I want to teleport to the top of that building, there's a bit of an edge there as well, isn't there?
I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
maybe
do
you
that.
shouldn't. Maybe you shouldn't. So there's a bit of risk reward in it. You
Okay.
could teleport, but you could also teleport slightly off. Your aim's a bit shit.
Okay. All right. Okay. What about yourself, Spence? What are you thinking?
You lose a year each time.
Ooh, that's rough.
Do I have like? Have you seen that movie In Time?
Yeah, I
Justin
have. I really
Timberlake,
like that film.
Where
Yeah.
he's got like a watch.
You have
that
a
says
clock.
How long he's got,
I
right?
think I have.
It's built into
Co-
your skin.
Yeah, currency.
It's
is
your
like
currency is time.
Do I know how many years I have left on the planet?
You have an estimate. You know your age. So if you teleport somewhere, you will have aged a year.
Oh, I physically
You
age.
physically
a year.
age.
Oh,
Rather than it
shit.
decreases.
Yeah.
Oh shit. That's
So it's
much
not even
worse.
like you die young.
No,
It's
I
like
die
no,
old.
you just age.
So like
It's like Sifu.
Yeah, I suppose, kind of.
When, yeah.
So like 40 teleports and I'm fucking old as
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah.
I'm like 75.
So it'd have to be for like the most dire situation. You're able to teleport, you
Oh.
can, but
And remember, it's not that accurate.
it's not very accurate. Yeah.
it's not like I could get good at it either because
No.
by the time
You
I
can't
got
practice.
You can't
good, I'd be
practice.
dead.
Yeah. It's always just a bit jank.
Do you know what?
I think that's put you off.
It's mega put me off.
Yeah.
I'd go for it because I can't teleport now. And at least
At least you got the option.
You know, like we're at download in a week's time.
We are.
Teleport there.
And I'll be sitting there and I'll be thinking, God, I wish I had blah blah blah. And I could be like,
Oh,
is this
no.
worth a year? Is
No,
this
no,
worth
no,
a year?
no.
Like the last years of your life is shit, right? But I'm speeding up towards those
You're
years.
getting to those
oh,
years.
No. Oh, no.
Surely you would use it if you're on the road, you see a car coming for you, and you go, actually, I could probably teleport to that massive field. I'll save a year because otherwise I'm pretty dead.
Do you want to? We could nerf it a bit, a month. So then you can at least use the ability, but still, it's not wise
Oh,
to do
Spencer,
so.
you're too nice, man.
I think
Because a year is quite rough.
Well, he's not getting it either way.
no, I know, but a year is quite rough.
I think I'd go for it anyway because at least it gives me an option, right? That I don't currently have.
And it's good to have options. We talk
And it's
about
good-
this
it's
all the time on the
always
podcast.
good to have
Always good
options.
options.
I think I'd go for
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I would. I
Okay.
would. Although using it, the problem is I think that I'd be foolhardy at the start. Like, is there much difference between 35 and 36? Probably not. Right? So I'd just teleport. I'd be like, yeah, fine. Or if you asked me when I was 16, I would
Straight
teleport all the way to 21.
Straight
Yeah,
up,
I would.
wouldn't
Yeah, easy.
In a
Heartbeat.
second.
Heartbeat.
in a second.
Yeah. Miss out all those shit years. That's
Yeah.
the past coming back. The remembering. Oh, terrible. Let's not
Yeah.
go into all that. Let's move that back. But you could literally teleport on holiday, couldn't you? You go, oh, do you know what? I fancy Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd probably do a year for Japan. at
I'd do a
that
year for
sort of
Japan
age.
easy.
You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that'd be pretty cool.
You'd
wouldn't
do it to treat yourself.
Maybe,
for a
maybe not
holiday.
to come back. Coming back's always easier, isn't it? To go in there, but just to wipe out that bit of time.
Mm.
You know, it's 20. Well, it's
Well, the problem
quite a
is-
distance to travel anyway, isn't it? It's 12 hours. Or,
Yeah.
Problem
Yeah.
is, if you teleported there and then you wanted to come home a traditional way,
Yeah.
they'd be like, how are you in the country?
Yeah,
because
your
you're not
passport hasn't
checked in
been-
anywhere.
Oh, there's another twist,
So-
isn't there?
so you
when
have
you
to
turn
use
up,
2
you
years.
can't take anything with you. So
Yeah.
you turn up just naked.
So you'd have
butt
to-
naked.
Oh, God. Well, that would suck.
I thought about that as well. Yeah, I thought
Thank
about
God
that.
there's
I
not
should have gone
3.
for that one.
I thought about that because that's what Huey is and
Yeah.
the boys in it.
Yeah,
That's funny. That is funny.
I'd rock it then at that point. You just,
Yeah, you'd have to. Just confident.
Yeah,
Or you
yeah.
just teleport to clothes shops.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, you just pick and choose. Although you might end up in the wall of the clothes shop.
Mm. Anyway, that was a great little question. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
Listeners, please let us know what you would do. What would be your power? What would be your wish? And then if you're so brave enough, put it in the YouTube comments.
We'll
Or
tell
put it
you.
on
yeah,
Twitter,
and we'll
and
give
we'll
you
tell
the,
you.
we'll give you your side effects.
Yeah, we'll give the side effects.
And let us know if you still want it. That'd be quite a bit of fun, wouldn't it?
But put it in YouTube, not Twitter.
Yeah.
Every single time people message on Twitter, don't they?
Put it on YouTube.
Put it on YouTube. You can put it on both. But ultimately, YouTube will help us.
Exactly right.
Yeah, exactly right.
And so with that bombshell, let's move it on to what we've been playing.
This time on NPS We Trust, what have the boys been playing?
And here we are on what we've been playing. And guys, it's been 2 long weeks since the last episode, and I'm desperate to know what you've been up to in that time. But first, before we get into that, I want to run you through the shot count, because I think it's about time now. We're about half hour into the show that we dive into some of these shots. So, Phil, you have 10 shots to get through.
Oh, 10.
10. Spence, you have a mighty 11.
Ooh.
And I've got 12.
Thank God, mine.
Now, bear in mind, lads, stop
Doesn't
your
feel
laughter.
so bad being on 10.
It will.
I've got 5 to give. So
Right.
just keep that in mind, and I have to use all 5 up on you boys
Yeah.
before the end of the episode, otherwise they get lost to time.
Oh, what a shame.
I know. Terrible.
That's happened before on quizzes before.
It has
hasn't
indeed. It has indeed. So I think Well, I don't know about you guys. I'm going to start off with a limoncello shot.
I'll join.
I'll join.
Single though,
Yes, please.
Singles, yes.
because those are definitely double shot glasses.
I'll do a double.
Wow,
Well, yeah, I'll do a double. I'll tick off 2.
Get 2 off right away. Don't fill them to the brim because they're definitely more than doubles.
that'd be big dog here, listeners.
I'm having 2.
Bro, that's a glass of limoncello.
I think.
Let's see how these go down, and I'll judge it on that.
Oh,
Go on then, Spence. You and me first, is it?
Because we only got 2 shot glasses in
Chin
this
chin.
house.
Expensive these are.
I bet they are. I bet they're like 12 quid.
Definitely more double.
oh, fucking hell!
That's a lot of limoncello.
I didn't even finish it.
So what
Like,
you
my
say?
mouth was
What
full.
you say? That's a triple or
I
double?
reckon that's probably a triple. You
That's
know?
a fucking
Alright.
quadruple, boys.
I'm gonna say that's triple.
All right, let's
Ugh.
let me drink and I'll let you know. But it looks
It's mighty full.
full. Yeah.
I haven't even finished this. I couldn't fit it in my mouth.
Make sure he's not shitting out. All right, chin chin listeners, chin chin viewers. Thanks,
Chin chin.
guys.
Chin chin geese.
What we say, triple?
Quad, mate. That's 4. That shit's massive.
I'm not sure if it is a triple. I think it's closer to a double.
We say it's double then.
I think it's a double.
That's ludicrous, lads.
I'm down to 10. Phil, you're down to
It
8.
tapers out towards the end.
Spence,
Fine.
you're down to 9.
Okay.
As this goes, I'm gonna keep blasting mine. I want mine done.
That is absolutely a triple. There's no way.
I do not mind these. These are fine.
These are lovely. I'm gonna keep going.
Go on then. I'll join you.
Okay.
I'll have another 2.
Nice.
Let's bring this count down.
Yeah, it's looking a bit. As soon as we're in double dig, it's always a bit worrying, I think. So having it down, this will get me down to 8. Phil, you'll be down to 6 after this chin chin.
And we're doing this for you guys. So
For
make
you,
sure you
for
sub.
listeners.
Make sure you like and comment.
That one was very lemony. Down to 8.
I think I'll take a break.
Yeah. I needed a break
don't want
after my
another 2.
1. I can't believe you guys went back.
Oh,
That's fine.
Lovely.
That's fine.
Let's move that out the side. So now those shots are out the way. Phil, I want to throw it over to you first. What have you been up to the last 2 weeks?
Dreading this. I've been thinking, we got this big quiz. There's going to be a ton of shots. I didn't realize I had 10.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about this, worrying about this, waking up in a sweat in my bed, thinking, guys, this is going to be brutal. And we've just done back to back. What's that? 4. Oh, fucking hell. Rough.
It's definitely more. I'm
Rough.
going to keep saying.
It's 4. It's 4. But you're behind at the moment, Spence. So
I
you need to
know.
catch up.
Those are brutal.
I think so. Keep it going. But anyway, to what I've been playing. So I've been playing 2 games, one more than the other. So I've been
Okay.
playing Stellar Blade. You
Nice.
guys might have imagined. I've been playing a little game called Dave the Diver.
Oh, yeah?
Nice.
I have, yeah. A little bit, though. And that's on my PS Portal.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it works really, really well on the Portal. I don't know if you guys have played it before, because that game's been out a relatively long time, hasn't it? Especially on PC. But it came to the service maybe the month before last. And I've looked at it and thought, that is a game for me.
Mm.
It looks a little bit interesting, a little bit quirky, but it's at that graphical level where ultimately it's not going to be hampered by the limitations of the PlayStation Portal, and the lag's not going to matter, right?
Sure.
It's step by step. There's very little kind of twitch reactions that's needed, especially at the point I'm playing anyway. But I've played maybe the first 2 hours of the game, and ultimately, as Dave the Diver, you've got a service, a sushi shop that's locally on the local island, and you've got to go down and catch fish. So to start off, you go down and they teach you how to start catching a little bit of fish. Then there's a little bit of treasure to look for.
Nice.
And you just start exploring the oceans. And it's very comical. And it's kind of 2 parts. So there's the part where you go down and you collect the fish and you collect the treasure, etc., etc. And then you go back to the sushi shop, and then you've got to almost cook a mummer it up. And you've got to serve the customers that come to the shop. And there's certain actions that you need to do to like pour their miso soup and, pour their drinks.
Cool.
And then you have to serve them the fish at the right time. Otherwise you don't get the tips. And then there's a bit of management that goes into it as well. So it's a very entertaining game, and it's just a bit of a laugh. There's lots of comedy elements, and it's one of those games that's quite easy just to jump in, jump out when you've got a spare hour or 2. With the PS Portal generally, I like to play that hour when, the TV's either being used or, the hour before bed. And Dave the Diver is just perfect. Just fits that gap so perfectly. So it's a lovely game, and it's a PS Plus game. So I'm very thankful for that.
Oh, here we
Very
go.
thankful for the service. So that's 2 games I've enjoyed on PS Plus.
There
Nice.
we go. Look at this. Look at this. He's
What was it?
really-
Remnant, 1
Yep.
Yeah.
and Dave the Diver.
2 out of 90 or 2 out of 130.
Thank you, PS Plus.
Yes.
So many great games. On
No,
that.
there is a few. I'm overstating it, but Dave the Diver is particularly good.
So is it like, have you played Overcooked before?
I have.
Does the game, like when he's trying to serve that food, is it very overcookedy or is it different from that?
Cooking
like,
Mama-esque
Cooking Mama
you described, right?
So I think with the game that you're referencing, it's more about the person you maybe team with, right?
I guess,
that
yeah,
drags
I
you
suppose so.
down and is the frustration. And we've always talked about, maybe having, a certain member of our friend group join us within that game, and it would, ruin gaming for us, I think, because it is the most frustrating guy to play gaming with. You know who you are. But when it comes to Dave the Diver, you don't have that limitation because it's all under your control. Okay, so you have a chef that's chopping up the fish and cooking away, and then you go up and serve it, and it's just about timing more than anything.
Sure.
And I think it's just a nice break to kind of juxtapose you going around searching for the treasure and the fish, and then you coming up and doing the sushi and interacting, and it's a point where it tells the story as well.
So this game won. I think it either won or it got nominated at the very least for a couple of game awards last time. I think it won Best Indie Game, right?
Yeah.
Which was a big controversy at the time.
It's got like a 90% Metascore.
That's wild.
Mad, yeah.
I mean, how are you feeling about that? Do you feel like it deserves the praise that it's got? Because it's got quite a lot of renown for what is like a smaller title.
Yeah, and generally, I don't know a lot about this area of the market, and I think the PS Portal has really allowed me now to spend a bit more time, because time is always my biggest enemy, as we've talked many times on the show. And for the new people joining us, generally for gaming, out of the three of us, I spend the least amount of time gaming. I talk about gaming, and I freely admit this, more than I do actually playing games these days.
Yeah.
Generally, I have a window of opportunity, and I very much indulge in that. But outside that, I just talk the shit about gaming. Yeah. But when it comes to Dave the Diver, it just fills that gap very perfectly, as I've said, with the PS Portal, and just fits into my life. It's very easy to dip in, dip out. And yeah, it's a very entertaining game. It's very hard to give a rating because, as I said, I've only played like maybe 2 hours of the game. But from what I'm playing, it's very entertaining, and I'm going to be going back, and maybe an episode further down the line, when we're not drinking so much and I might be a little bit more eloquent, I can give you a bit more of a rating on it.
Nice. Well, I suppose this is the thing, is that if it's already got your attention enough to want to go back, that's always a big thing.
I think it's high praise, right, for an indie to catch my attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's true, because you are very much one of those people that you just overlook these gems.
I do.
And there's so many, especially in the indie scene. I think this is something that you and me, Spence, it doesn't matter, like if it's indie or it's AAA or whatever.
Yeah.
You've got more time than me, though. It is time. I think when I'm going to play PlayStation, I don't care what it costs, really, right, when it comes to gaming, right? If it's a £70 game, if it's the best game, then I'm buying it, right? I just want to play that when I've got that window of opportunity to play that game. I don't want to be hunting around for a hidden gem. I'm not 16 anymore. When I was 16, I played every single game that came on the PlayStation demo disc, right? And then I looked through them, and then I meticulously played every single one of them up until completion, and then picked out one, and then saved up my pocket money,
bought that game,
and then bought that game, and then played that game to fruition, and then moved on. So I'm in a different place now, right? I've got a bit of money. I'm doing all right for myself. I'm older. I've got way less time to play PlayStation. So ultimately, when I get on there, I want to play good games.
Yeah, you're totally right. I mean, this is the thing now of the and it's not like even a thing to say. It's the aging gamer, right? Like most of us now in the PlayStation ecosystem are older. Like we've grown up with the PlayStation. Like for you and me, Phil, we came in PS1. Spence, I know you did have a PS1. But your generation is probably PS2, I imagine, PS3, like around there, like
probably
you're,
more
10 years younger than us. So.
More PS2, yeah.
So I mean, this is the thing. Like there's, I've been saying on the show, I've been playing FF7 for forever, right, Infinitum, and here I am. I'm bringing it back every chance I get, boys. Here I am, right? Like I'm 41 hours into FF7 right now, and I'm choosing to omit content, right?
I'm trying to.
If this was me back when I played this game when I was 9,
Yeah, you'd played it all day.
I would have done every single goddamn thing.
You'd have played
And-
it for 3 years.
Oh,
It wouldn't have mattered, and you would have come home from lunch from school and played
Played
that
it.
hour. Then
Finish.
Then from like 4
4
o'clock
till 10.
till 10 when your bedtime is, you would play it, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But you can't do that at this age.
No,
you
you can't.
literally can't. And if you do, you don't have a job. You don't have a wife. You don't have a girlfriend.
Yep.
You don't have friends.
Got no
It's just
kids.
or kids. It's just impossible at this stage. So my point of view, and I'm trying to tick that box, that I am the Asian gamer here, and this is my commentary when it comes to it. But just bringing it all the way back round, but Dave the Diver just fits in so well. It is a game, and I really like those type of games where it doesn't matter where you are. It's not overly complex, especially when it comes to indies and the PS Portal, where you can just dive in at any point.
Yeah, it's just fun.
And I said dive.
I like the
You
pun.
didn't pick up.
I did pick up.
Thanks,
on the pun.
thanks,
I
thanks.
did. You didn't give enough time for us to
Yeah, you
to-
went
yeah.
dive, and I did say dive.
What you should have said
That's the
is
BS.
what you should have said. What you should
My comedy timing is off, okay,
You should
guys?
have gone dive.
I know I'm normally impeccable with this type of shit, but
what you should have said is dive. Pardon the pun.
pardon the
Right, that would have
Yeah.
gone over well.
Yeah,
I would
okay,
have enjoyed
okay,
that.
okay, okay.
But being immediately on it, I'm like, I don't know about this. But okay, we'll leave that to the side then
Yeah.
for the moment. I'm glad that you've checked out Dave the Diver.
Yeah.
It's a game that I've wanted to check out, but as I just described, I'm 10 extra hours into FF7, and I've also been playing other stuff. And speaking of other stuff, Spence, you and me have been playing the same things. I don't know if there's any other games you want to bring up, but I imagine it's just the two that you and me have been slaying the fuck out of lately.
Yeah.
So let's start off with one of these two, and that is X-Defiant. Let's start here.
Start with that one. All right.
I think so. Yeah, let's start here. So, X-Defiant. So it's a game that was in beta, like open beta for a little while, shut down. Ubisoft, the developers, and they said, okay, we're going into a final development push. We'll be back soon. That soon is like a year and a half later.
It's been a long time.
It's been a super long time. And here they are back now. And what they promised at the time was supposed to be a shooter. SBMM is off. So skill-based matchmaking off.
Oh, this is why you guys are liking it.
And it's like classic COD,
Yeah.
essentially. That was their promise. The beta, when we reviewed the beta, had issues with controls. It didn't feel right.
Yeah.
It felt like budget COD. It didn't feel good. Now, we've played the real game now for about, I think we're like about level 21, something like that now.
I mean, it's 18, 19, I think.
Oh, really?
roughly, yeah. A bit lower.
So we played it for a fair amount of time.
We played
to
a few
get
hours,
an
yeah.
assessment. How are you feeling about X-Defiant? Now it's actually out.
Well, it's improved on what it was, but not to the extent where it's reached the Call of Duty caliber, I think. It's still really good. I'm enjoying it. It has issues, and they're similar to in the past, but there's new issues as well. The hit detection is arse. So you'll literally just shoot someone, and they don't feel a fucking thing. They turn around, shoot you. You're dead. You lose. You'll run around a corner. Somehow they're still able to shoot you. But these are known issues that the devs have already said they're fixing. So we know that. But it is basically just free-to-play COD. It's COD. Graphics are dialed down quite a lot. It's way uglier than COD. Feels slipperier than COD, I think. The controls are still a bit... They're better than what they were, but they're not as good as Call of Duty.
I think the big thing for me when I play it is that it really feels... I don't mean this in a negative way. Like, I adore Apex, right? Apex to me is like my favorite shooter of the last couple of generations. Like, I adore Apex so much.
When you say shooter, do you separate hero shooter to shooter? Because I think it's important to what we may be talking about a little bit later.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, you would do,
An
yeah.
FPS shooter, like...
Yeah. FPS shooter like Counter-Strike or COD or something like that.
Well,
right?
this is a little bit different in that you've
Yeah.
got... This is a little bit different, right? Like, there's a big distinction between, say, a classic COD,
Yep.
6v6.
Yep.
Depending on your class, you can take on very different roles. Right?
Feels a hero shooter, doesn't it?
It's not.
But it's not.
It's not.
Yeah.
They're not
It is.
distinctly laid out for you. You pick
would
that
you call
yourself.
Rainbow Six Siege a hero shooter?
No.
Closer.
It's closer, isn't
Closer.
it? It is. I was thinking about this the other day.
It's closer.
Because
I
I
wouldn't
was
say
wondering
closer. I'd
where-
say it's the same as
It's still
X-Defiant.
grey, isn't it? Where that hits.
Have you played Siege?
a tiny bit.
I played quite a lot of Siege.
an hour.
I'd say it's about the same level of X Defiant.
The difference. Let's not get into that conversation.
It's a hero. I'll say it's a hero shooter, but the hero is a loose term.
Yes. Okay. That's
Okay.
better. That's
Yeah,
a better
that
way to put
works.
it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So you're
yeah.
filling a role, but it's any role. You don't have to fill a specific role, but you can fill whatever role you choose.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
That's a much better way to put it. So the thing about it is,
You need to drink more. You're way too good at this now.
Oh, mate, I'm just good at speaking.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on. Come on.
he's just too eloquent.
Give him a shot.
The thing is, right? The thing is with X Defiant is that it feels free to play. And that's the issue. Like
Spencer was talking about budgets earlier, right? And you were saying that it feels very different to COD. Well, obviously.
but the issue is with that argument is that if you look at Apex, Apex feels better than COD, in my opinion. I know you might feel different.
It's one of those objective opinions again.
It is. But there's the difference is, right? Apex has got like best in class movement.
Yeah.
It's got really nice TTK, which means you can fight back. And it relies on a lot more, like there's a lot more complexity than who sees who first, which is COD. Right?
I was gonna say it's not that it's better, it's what you're comfortable with.
Yes.
So it's Call of
that.
Duty, I think, has the best. Well, it's got the best.
It's got the best gun feel.
It's got the best gun feel. It's got the best. Well, it's got the best. Movement is varying between games.
It doesn't.
Apex has great movement, but it's just what you're comfortable with.
I do think with Apex though, it isn't just spray and pray. With COD,
It's spray and pray.
Yeah.
you can run around corners and just press go. Like COD,
You can, but there's
has
other
that element
echelons.
to it. Of course, there's way better people, right? And with the skill-based matchmaking that which you talk about a lot with COD, that eliminates a lot of that. But when you first get in, there's a lot of that shit. I think with Apex, you just got to learn it.
You have abilities. You have
There's
deeper.
so much more to it. It's deeper. Yeah.
Deeper. I think X Defiant's the same vein as that, but just not to the extent of Apex.
Exactly right. Yeah, it feels like if we were to take the COD example out of it, if we compare it directly to Apex, which it's a free to play model, it's a similar thing to a certain extent. It's
Very different.
I suppose the thing about it is, right, if I was to break it down to somebody who's never played gaming before, but they were like, oh, I know COD, I know Apex, I'd be like, it's kind of a mixture of both, but it doesn't do either of them well. And I think that's the way I'd kind of put it. Is that
So what does it do well? What is its thing?
I disagree.
the thing is, X Defiant, right?
Yeah.
To me, is it wants to be classic COD,
Right.
but it omits the elements that makes COD really fun. And what I mean by that is that there's no do you find that sentence weird?
Because the way I think about it is that there's someone with a bit of money that's gone, do you know what? We should make old COD. And he's employed people who don't know what old COD is.
No. This is the difference, is that these developers are classic COD developers.
Oh, they are?
They are.
Oh, that is a surprise that
So-
you say they don't understand the elements of COD.
So
And they've missed that out.
the-
Because something we might talk about later with Blooper Team and Silent Hill, there is elements of that.
There is. I'm sure we'll get onto that with your foreshadowing later on.
I
But
love a bit for you.
I
Know
you
me
do.
now.
I know you
know
do.
me.
I know you do.
Yeah.
But
It's quite blatant foreshadowing.
It's pretty obvious. Yeah. I wasn't very
it is.
subtle with it. It's the beer. And it's more the shots.
might as
to be
well
fair.
been a wink to the camera at that point.
David
But-
Brent.
But the thing is, right? The thing is, the way I think about X Defiant is that X Defiant as a shooter runs okay, right?
Yeah.
Like movement's really good, and I've seen people pull out shit that I could never do in my life on X Defiant, which means that there is definitely a skill gap from where I am to where I could be, and that's really nice to see. The classes are great; they're really good. The issue is there's no reward for going on a streak, and I didn't realize how important that was.
Oh, kill streaks.
There's no kill streaks.
There is reward.
There's no kill streaks in Counter-Strike.
Yeah, but Counter-Strike's are completely different. That's search and destroy.
yes.
That's completely different.
Yeah, but you shouldn't get reward. The reward is killing someone.
No.
I think COD, to its detriment, glamorizes this.
No,
I think you don't need that. I think your reward is there's just less on the team.
no.
The thing with CSGO is that it's trades. That's the whole thing. You want to even sacrifice life to take a life because health isn't regenerative in CSGO.
And they don't reach.
Whereas
they
in COD
respawn.
and
They respawn.
X Defiant, yeah.
Oh, they respawn.
You respawn
This is
and
what
you
I didn't know about.
regen
X Defiant.
health.
Yeah,
Oh, you do?
yeah. So the issue is you can go on a 6 kill and you feel like, oh my god, I'm playing like a god right now, and you've got nothing.
Did you?
Yes, yeah, a couple of times.
Okay.
We're
And-
top teams.
Yeah, we nail it every time. and there's nothing there to tell you you've done a really good job,
But
right?
there is.
Yeah, the leaderboard at the end.
The final at the end,
No.
right?
The more, basically, your ultra ability doesn't progress. It
No.
only progresses from you getting kills.
No,
and
no,
using
it doesn't.
things.
It only progresses from you using your user ability.
You sure?
100% positive. 100%. You've had your user ability way more than me, and you've been doing better than me. I'll put that out there. But the difference,
I use my shield a lot.
you use your shield way more than I do.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you've had your ultimate like 3 times. I've had it 1 time in a game. 'Cause I
This is a
don't use
rare
mine.
occasion. I don't know if Davey's
So-
ever admitted that you've been better.
He's better than me on COD. I've admitted that freely loads of times.
Yeah.
You want to clip this shit, Spence, and put it on your CV.
I know it, mate. I don't need to clip
Of
this.
course.
No,
yeah.
he's better than me. He's got those young man reactions.
Oh, that's what it is.
That's
When
how it
when-
always goes. We start playing a game, I'm better, and then he catches up.
So the thing is with X Defiant,
And then I do not bother.
So bringing this back to X Defiant, the issue with X Defiant is that one, there's no reward for playing well, or it doesn't feel like there's reward, and that actually does impact me. I feel like as if there's something missing from it.
What do you want? NFT?
Kill streaks.
I want kill streaks.
Kill streaks.
Yeah, but it would change the game, surely.
Yes,
It
but
would
I think it would
completely change
improve it. I think it would improve it. from
Wouldn't
where
it get
is right
too
now.
close to God? Surely X
I don't
Defiant
think-
wanna, as much as they're old school devs and they wanted to do the old school cards, surely they wanna do something different, okay?
I think-
so. Generally, you don't want a 1-for-1, do you?
I think ultimately
Do you?
having different classes, which they have at the moment,
Yeah.
differentiates it enough from COD.
Okay,
But the
okay.
thing is, if something ain't broke, don't fucking fix it. And COD nails the formula.
They've changed basically. So your default kill streak, your base kill streak is UAV, right? There's a class for that.
There
You go
is.
as the Splinter Cell class. You got a recon suit, and
On-
that gives you UAV.
on L1 every 15 seconds.
L1 every 15 seconds.
There's no
But-
reward there.
You could have fucking six of them, and you got a constant UAV. It's the case of they eliminated kill streaks so that they're applicable to the characters, and you can utilize them when you need it,
That's true.
rather than when you earn it. That's the difference.
I like having something earned.
I like earning stuff too, but you can understand the decisions they made.
I can. And I think the bigger one and the main detriment of X Defiant isn't the graphical level. It's the little details. So COD puts in, like, if you play a modern COD these days, every time you jump, you land on the floor, there's a tiny vibration. Every single shot you make, there's a vibration through the pad.
Yeah, but that's
go.
just down to be free to play to like 70 quid, surely.
I don't think
And like
it
the
is.
bigger development budget.
Apex put a lot of effort into their stuff.
It's EA though, isn't it?
But this is Ubisoft. I don't think there's a reason to give them a benefit of the doubt. I think there's
Do you not think?
there's no vibration in this game.
How old is it?
What do you mean?
X Defiant.
Oh, it came out like
Came out 3 days ago, 4 days ago, like a
It's
week
been
ago.
in beta for like 2 years.
I mean, well, there's your answer.
I guess.
No game is ever like finished when it's released these days. We're in 2024.
We're talking about the basics in terms of like a vibration.
Was that a shot? Single?
Single.
Oh,
So we're talking about the basics, and I don't think I feel like as if X Defiant is okay, but it will never do what its intended purpose is, which is to be a
COD killer.
contender. A contender. I wouldn't say a killer, just a contender.
I don't think a lot of people are classifying it as the COD killer. It's a team-based shooter. It's not. It's closer to Overwatch than it is to Call of Duty.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Way closer to Overwatch. All the new Marvel's Rivals, is that what it's called?
Marvel Rivals? Yeah.
It's akin to that more than it is to Call of Duty. It's just a different game. People keep calling it the COD killer because the gunplay feels similar, but that's not how the game's structured. None of the game modes kind of reflect that. So I think that whole comparison is just people have made that on their own, and it's not really one people should be making.
Yeah, fair.
All right, I've got a question for you about X Defiant.
Shoot.
So you've got COD, you've got X Defiant, you've got 4 or 5 hours to your evening. What are you playing?
The question, which COD?
Newest one.
Oh,
No,
X
X
Defiant.
Defiant.
yeah.
Well, that's a good answer.
Yeah,
But why?
because old
And keep it short. We've been here 20 minutes talking about this.
yeah.
old COD. So
Old COD. It's the
Modern
latest
Warfare
one.
3.
The
Modern Warfare
latest
3.
COD versus this brand new game, which you feel is slightly unfinished.
So
Is that fair to say?
yeah, I'd
Yeah,
say
yeah.
so.
Slightly unfinished.
Modern Warfare 3
Yeah.
is a terrible Call of Duty. It is the worst
You're going on
example of
record.
Call of Duty. I will say this.
No,
It's fucking terrible.
Okay.
The beta sucked ass. The game has not improved, and it's a fucking half-finished, half-arsed Call of Duty.
When was the last time you played it?
launch.
Yeah.
Okay, so you haven't been back since.
No.
Just being devil's advocate because
No.
we're going to get people talking about this in the comments because
No,
this
no,
is controversial. I think.
No,
It's
Because
not.
I got a lot of friends who love the newest COD, absolutely love, and maybe they're more casual, but they love the newest COD.
we've been COD players
Since Modern Warfare Remake.
yeah, and this is the first one we did not buy.
Yeah.
Right, because it just fucking sucks.
Shit.
And they chuck out free weekends all the time, which you
Yeah.
can play it, and it's never better.
The
It just
reception,
sucks.
if you on Twitter or X, whatever you want to say, the reception for it was abysmal.
I don't
It's
care
always
about
been
them.
bad.
I care about you boys.
Oh, we agree with them. So it's,
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
terrible.
it's
Because
not
you're on a
good game.
pedestal here. You got people listening to you. You're going to influence people.
It's true.
As much as maybe you don't think you do. You're going to influence people in what you say. So I'm just interested because I don't play either of these games at all. I don't really play for I'm 39. I don't play first-person shooters. But
Too old, mate.
if I did, you're telling me my time is better spent in X-Defiant, which is a brand new game, than COD with its massive budget.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
but also you got to understand X Defiant's brand new. We already know COD is shit. We've spent our time in it. X Defiant isn't amazing. It's a good game, but the more time you spend in it, the more comfortable you're going to get. It's going to improve.
Yeah.
So that's why we choose X Defiant. We already know COD is shit.
And
Whereas
you're
X
also
Defiant
saying-
will get mended.
You're also saying there's no
SBMM.
skill-based matchmaking in X-Defiant.
Yeah, but I'm fine with SBMM. I like SBMM.
I don't want to.
This is where we differ. I like skill-based matchmaking.
I don't want to get into this. I think SPMM.
You like to be the big fish in the small pond.
No, I like to go into a game and not know that a computer has
That other
assessed my
people are good.
performance. I like to go into a game and you see somebody that's playing absolutely cracked, like 15 levels above me, and I think, how the fuck have they done this? And especially when they got like the ability to save replays, like they do in like the older CODs, you got the ability to save it and watch it from someone else's perspective and be like, what can I learn from this? Right? Like, what is here for me?
I've never done that.
Have you never done? Well,
Never. I've never had to. I was him. It was me.
yeah. All right.
He just
all right.
wasn't called Spence
Fair
back in
enough,
those
fair
days.
Whereas there is no opportunity for that in SBMM, because you know that me and Spence would be on a fucking absolute
I do
riot.
get that argument.
A riot. And
You want to see the good and you want to see the bad and you want to see what you rank.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. How do you know you're good?
Yeah. You don't. You never know.
Surely there should be as we always say on this podcast, there should just be an option.
Unranked.
If you want to play unranked,
This is where Apex is really coming
Yeah.
in, because Apex, and this is probably where X-Defiant's following suit, is that Apex now have made the smart decision on season 20, they're season 21 now, is that they said, right, well, our normal game mode,
yeah,
there's no SBMM,
brilliant.
Only took him how long?
20 seasons.
Yeah.
And then, well, actually, I think they introduced it in season 6, but regardless, 14 odd seasons that they had SBMM,
Yeah,
and they think, no. Let's take that out of the public game mode.
yeah.
And then if you want to play a normal mode, which is ranked, that is based on your skill. So it depends on your level. So you
Yeah.
go into ranked, you know you're playing people of similar skill. It's like, fucking thank God. Like, it just makes sense. That's the best way to do it.
You know, when it comes to skill-based matchups, how do they quantify that? It's not just time, is it?
No, it's done on your most recent performance.
Typically, your last 10 games is what they calculate.
So what they have is you'll go on. So this is normally what happens. Say you don't sign on COD for a while.
Yeah.
You'll come back on.
Yeah.
You've been off for about a month, and you'll have the best games you've ever played in your fucking goddamn life.
They want you to play.
Yeah. So you're getting like 25 kill streaks. You're absolutely nailing it. You're getting nukes. You're
Tell you
doing
what,
whatever
it
you wanna
works.
do.
It feels great.
It's like Uber, right? I was in an Uber taxi and he was telling me about this almost skill-based matchup. If he's not around on the Uber and he comes back a week later, he gets much more of the money.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is
If you
it-
do loads of
oh.
Uber, you get way less of the money.
They got
So
SBMM
you've
in
gotta take
fucking
breaks.
Uber.
They have this elastic kind of,
Algorithm.
To bring you back,
calculation to bring you back, and to almost gamify you back into doing the thing they want you to do.
That's crazy.
It's everywhere. It's a good marketing ploy.
It's bullshit.
Yeah.
It's absolutely it's bullshit. It's fucking horrendous. It's horrendous. But it's bullshit because you come back and you think like, oh my God, we're fucking gods. Why did we stop playing this game? It's so fucking good. And then the SPMM comes in and you're like, oh my God, this is miserable. Well, like, this is so miserable.
For some.
And you'll do better. You'll do fine, right? Like, we hardly ever go neg. But it's a case of there's a big difference between that and you're going on a fucking run. And then the issue is when you see through that,
it's hard.
and you see the SPMM and you think, I don't feel good about this. Like, I feel like I've been put down in a shit fucking lobby because I've done bad the last couple of games, rather than my own skill showing me that I'm improving as a player, right?
Do you ever think your knowledge of video games works as a detriment to you sometimes?
Never.
Like, I know you probably won't admit that, but back in the day, imagine you're a kid.
I think it does.
It would never happen as back to the day because it never was invented. But imagine being a kid now, you just wouldn't understand these concepts.
I agree.
Oh, yeah.
And it would just make you better, surely.
I agree.
Because that's the idea of it, isn't it?
No, because the problem is you can't see your
Surely it is.
you can't see your progression. So you have no way to know you've improved.
Yeah.
Because you always think like, say, we got a mate, Martin, right? Imagine him on COD, right? Imagine his lobbies.
I understand who he is. I referenced him earlier.
Playing Dark Souls currently.
He plays 10 games.
Yeah, still. Well,
Still
I'm not
On the first
say it.
boss. Yeah, he's on the first
I don't
boss.
think. Oh, I did the first.
level
boss.
2000.
So anyway, say you play 10 games with SPMM on. Those 10 games you do okay. All right,
Yeah.
you do all right. Say you go like a 0.8 or whatever, and you think, okay, yeah, it's not.
That's bad, but
Yeah, I
alright.
know, but it's
not the worst.
people don't go 1.0. That's not the average. People go like 0.75 or something. Anyway, so say for example you're hitting
It's not
around
your
there,
average, Spence.
and
I
then
know you're the best.
what happens is
thank you.
He's already admitted it.
you play those 10 games. SPMM thinks, okay, we'll put you in a normal lobby, a lobby for all these people that never play shooting games ever in their life. People who've got no hands. They play on the access controller.
Like roll in the keys
And
on this.
and so they put him in with those, and he's bodying them, and he thinks, "Oh my God, I'm fucking sick.
I'm sick.
I'm sick of this fucking game."
What you're saying is fake.
It's totally fake.
Yeah.
The
Because-
game
I get
says,
it, I
let me
get it.
put you in a lobby with people with similar KDs.
Yeah.
And then it's fucking just 12 people
So
looking
you
over
have
you.
no idea. Like you might always be, if there was no SPMM, you might always be bottom on the leaderboard, and you think,
Yeah.
I want to rise up to be fourth on the leaderboard, or third, or second, or I want to win a fucking game. I want to be the MVP. And there is no way to even hit that without the computer aiding you in an SPMM to be able to guide your score to achieve that. Whereas you could do that naturally by just improving at the game. And there's no way, because the game, every time you improve, it will either fucking shit you up by putting you in a lobby with people that are way above you, or it will fucking tank you right down so you get that, and you get that dopamine rush, and you think, I'll play more, but you're playing in a fucking baby's lobby
See,
with
but
people with no arms.
I disagree. Because it's
All
not
I gotta
putting
say,
you
boys, is just get fucking good.
innit?
That's all
I
you've
agree,
got to
I
do.
agree.
That's all you got to do is just get better.
I
Just learn
agree.
by it. I would stop blaming the mechanics. I would stop blaming the game.
What it is-
Stop using your pedestal to put COD down and reference it in a bad light, and just get fucking good. And I know you're going to give me a shot for that.
I am.
But Davey, get good, bro. That's a
am.
double.
Fucking hell, that's fucking
That's
hell.
a triple.
That's a double, thank you.
Whilst he's taking out, let me explain to you.
So you're giving me two.
I'll give you two from
You.
mine.
Fuck you.
Decent. SPMM,
It was worth
right?
it. It was worth it, guys. They should.
What
get
it
good.
is, you're complaining because it puts you into a lobby that you can't possibly win in. It's putting you into a lobby with people of a similar skill level. It's just you're used to beating downers.
That's also true.
I want it to put me in that lobby so I can prove I'm better than them.
I agree with you.
Which, granted, it's a much harder time and it sucks, but if you succeed, great.
I agree with you if it was a ranked mode. So if it's a ranked mode, you choose to go into that environment. If it's a public lobby, I think it should just be no SPMM, because then you don't know what you're going to get. Whereas if
Yeah,
we go
that's
into
fine.
ranked on Apex, we might be performing at a gold level. And you think, how can I get to plat? How can I do that? But you know everyone else in here is gold. So I need to level up to
Yeah.
get to plat. Whereas if you're in a normal public lobby like you are on COD, where we don't play ranked, why is there SPMM? And that's my argument. That's where I come from. But I understand your point. I understand both your points.
have you guys been playing anything else?
Yeah, thank you. Yes.
Yeah. Final
I
thing.
thought I'd move that on because
Thank God.
it's been 20 minutes of you talking
Yeah.
about SBMF
And I'm sure Lurian,
or whatever it's called.
SBMM.
SBMM.
This is why I didn't.
Can't even remember the acronym.
This is why I didn't want to get
Short-term
into it.
memory earlier would be blessed. That would be my 1 gig memory if I could understand that acronym. Terrible at this type of
SBMM,
shit.
that'd be up in that
Yeah,
1 gig.
It would
So-
be.
2 kilobytes, that fills.
See, if I was at home, I would have put that down in my notes. I would have gone,
SBMM.
got it.
So final one, and we won't spend too long on this. I don't imagine.
No, yeah,
Hopefully
we
not.
won't. We won't. We
No.
won't.
You're in for a long one, listeners. Get your sleeping bags.
Lurian will want to hear it. He's playing this.
So Multiverses is finally
Oh,
launched.
okay. Nice.
Me and Spence, we played a lot of the beta for Multiverses. Obviously, you and me, Phil, we played a fair bit
Originally.
as well.
Finn Main, I
Originally,
remember.
yeah.
Finn and Jake combo.
Finn and Jake.
Spin in the
Adventure
bag.
Time.
Adventure time in our way
It
around.
was a good time.
So we've come back to it now. We've played for a good few nights on Multiverses. Spence, I want to know your thoughts on it.
Just that.
Yeah.
Open thoughts.
Chuck it to me.
Fucking hell. All right. I think it's bad. I think Multiverse is a bad game.
Wow.
Granted, it's fun.
Coming
People
in
are enjoying
fueled.
it.
Yeah.
But it's a Smash clone that isn't as good as Smash, just like every other clone. We keep getting these platform fighters, and they're never as good as what they're supposed to be imitating. Similar to X-Fight the COD or whatever you want to compare it, but these are actual correlations. These are one-to-one things. Granted, Multiverses is built for 2v2. It's supposed to be a doubles game mode, which hasn't been done before. Doesn't do it well. Hit detection is arse. The movement is arse.
That's surprising.
It's a game that relies on its hit detection. A game like this, and it's arse.
From what I've been seeing is they've really improved the hit detection in the game. I saw some screenshots come out, and it was a picture of Velma, and it had a bunch of boxes on it.
I've seen
really
this.
square ones,
The hit
and then
boxes.
it was all around Velma on the future version of it. So I'm quite surprised that you're coming out with this.
I've seen
I
this.
thought you were going to be very opposite to that. Was
No.
that fake?
It's not fake, but when
Okay.
you introduce it with rollback and with
Yeah.
netcode
Yeah.
and with constant characters moving, it has issues. The hitboxes are fucking bullshit. They don't work. Your combos hardly ever work because the rollback stops you from actually landing anything.
Wow.
They're like, we literally were playing 1v1s the other night. You hit me with something, and then you died.
Yep.
Because rollback. Because on his screen, he hit me. On my screen, I hit him.
The game's been away for ages.
It's in Unreal Engine 5 now. It looks no better.
How did they not test this yet? Is this the mass kind of opinion, or is this just your opinion?
Probably mostly my opinion, but it's not.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of negativity around this launch. A lot of people saying that it feels slower, which it does.
It does.
That it's even floatier, which I don't agree with. I think it's
It's
exactly
just
as
as
floaty
floaty as it was.
was.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe it's just the characters, because there's a lot of different characters in there.
There are.
They're
There are.
all equally as floaty as each other. They all
Okay.
have the same full
Is LeBron
speed,
James
same
still
jump
in that?
speed.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's
Oh, he's
still in it.
busted as well, by the way.
yeah. I saw his ball combo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
So yeah, the issue is you completely bang on, Spence. There's a lot of jank. Like you play. This is why there's an issue with hit detection, right? The same with X Defiant. There's nothing worse than you thinking that something's happened on your screen that has not actually happened, that the game is not seeing. Like
Yeah.
it's so annoying because then you think, what the fuck could I have done? Like in that example that you said about, like I think I came over with a fair, right? My fair's nuts. And it's like, oh no, I died off the top. It's like,
Yeah.
huh? Like this
You're
was
like,
a
what?
per-
I forwarded you. I'm like, no, you didn't.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that more foreshadowing for later?
Maybe potentially.
I think it is.
Potentially.
I think it is.
But this is the thing. This is where it's annoying is that the game has taken a long time off, and I completely agree with you, Spencer. I feel like as if their time's not been spent in the right place.
It's come back the same game.
So what have they improved, guys? So they've been away for a couple of months,
Yeah.
quite a
Yeah,
long
yeah,
time.
yeah.
To be fair. I've underestimated that, right? Because I haven't got my notes in front of me like I normally have. They've been away a year.
Mm-hmm.
So what have they changed?
What they've
Break
changed.
it down for me.
It's basically this new characters added: Agent
Yeah.
Smith, fucking
Jason.
Jason, Rick and Morty, but they were kind of added
Very
late into the beta anyway. Loads of new characters. Goblin, what's his name? Not Stretch. What's it? Scratch or something?
Gizmo and
It's not Gizmo. It's
Gizmo and Scratch, which are the two Gremlin characters. They were added in earlier on, but we had stopped playing at that point.
yeah. So there's lots of new characters, and it's going to be more in the future. They've added a dash attack, which wasn't in the original game,
Okay.
which
Mhm.
doesn't really work.
New levels.
A parry is a
New levels.
parry.
There's a parry.
So now
You
can
love a parry.
I do love a parry.
but it's shit in this game.
Shit.
It's not.
It's better than Smash's version of a parry.
It is better than
Is
Smash's
it
version of
executed the
parry.
same way as 3S?
No,
No.
no. Oh my god, can you imagine? Oh, if it was. Oh my god, if it was. No, so you press circle, which is your dodge tag.
Oh,
At the moment somebody's going to hit you, and you'll parry it, so they get froze, and you get a nice little sound effect.
okay.
The issue is
The window.
the window is not very big.
It's like one frame, man.
Because I haven't played it. I played the original quite a lot, but this is all new to me.
It doesn't feel enough for the risk that you take. Whereas a
Yeah.
normal dodge,
Yeah.
you're always safe, right? There's a massive window. You always seem to evade anything. Whereas a parry needs to be very specific for not a lot of reward.
Do you not have to just get good?
Potentially. There is
So
potentially
take
that.
another shot.
Do you want another two?
No. Unless you're doing another two and we're knocking it off.
I can do another two.
All right, go on then.
But I don't want to spend too long on this. Spence, I mean, you're a massive Smash fan, same as myself. We've been playing Smash for many years. I've played it since Brawl.
That's how we all met.
That's how we all
It is
met.
how we all met.
Look it up on the Wikipedia.
Yeah, the
In
NPS
PS
Trust
Trust.
Wikipedia.
How are they all friends?
So, looking at it, if you had a choice between going back and playing Smash or playing this, which would you choose?
Smash, easy. So fucking easy. And also, any iteration of Smash.
Yeah.
Not even, other than maybe 64, because it's just once you get one hit, you win. Other than that, literally any iteration of Smash I'd prefer. I'd prefer to go back and play Rivals or NASB. I think Multiversus is the worst iteration of a Smash clone we've had. I'd rather play fucking PlayStation All-Stars.
I'd rather play PlayStation.
That's
All-Stars.
depressing to hear, though, because I thought it was quite promising when we first played it.
It's bad.
It was quite entertaining. There was a lot of new characters, a lot of new mechanics. And they've taken that year away and they just haven't made, the steps forward that they probably should have.
I think the big thing they should have done.
They worked on characters.
No, they swapped engine. They put it in UE5.
Yeah.
It looks no different, by the way. It looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
And that's it.
What they should have done is cut down on the floatiness and made hits really feel impactful.
Yeah.
And that's what Smash does really well.
Yeah.
They should have done that as a bare minimum. And I think that this is the thing now, is that this is a games as a service. So I think as time goes on, this are week one thoughts. I think as time goes on, we probably will go back.
It'll
time to
inevitably improve.
You hope.
Inevitably.
It'll either be that or it dies. It's one or the other.
It's going to die.
There's no in between. I think
You're going to die? Where are you
think-
going?
I think we go back to this in a couple of weeks' time, in 2 weeks' time, and we can assess what's happening in the
We'll probably
community.
play it tomorrow night, mate. But it's going to die.
I think it will.
Yeah. It's not good.
Give me your ratings on X Defiant and Multiverses to close this out.
X Defiant, 7 out of 10.
7.
Strong.
High.
Strong.
7. I think X Defiant's good.
I think 7 is strong.
Yeah.
On this podcast, 7 is strong.
I think X Defiant's good. I'm good at it
'Cause
as
we
well,
punched
which
down.
obviously adds favour.
So 7 is strong.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a good game.
Yeah.
It's a good game. Multiverse, like a 4, 3.
Wow. It's
that
that
bad.
low.
I really don't like it.
I can
Fuck.
tell by his face.
I really don't like
Jesus.
it. I enjoy
those,
that
those
it's
looking
like
on YouTube,
Smash.
you can see this.
Yeah.
You really hate it,
Bro,
man.
Jesus, bro.
There's smoke coming out of his ears.
I enjoy that it's a Smash clone, so obviously I'm going to enjoy that aspect of
Yeah.
it, but it's just the worst version of one I've ever played. It's not good. It's so fucking floaty. Your combos don't work, and if they do, guess what? They don't, because rollback. It's just not good.
Fair. Okay. I think I'm going to go for slightly lower on X Defiant. I'm going to go for a 6 out of 10 on X Defiant. I enjoyed my time with it. Nothing I'm overly consumed by. When it comes to Multiverse, I'll probably give it 7. I think that there's issues with it, sure, but I quite like it. And I find it fun to play with you. And I find it fun, I find it fun if you and me were to play, Phil. I'd enjoy that too.
Let's do it.
Singles sucks. I hate it. I don't like it. But I'd like going in and bodying someone. And I think this is where I like.
It's always good to win.
I like
Yeah,
the
but that's
fact
the
that I
thing.
body people.
What you've just said is it good because the game's good, or good because you're playing it with your friend?
Well, yes, but there is always
There's
that,
lots of games like that.
RE5.
I was literally going to reference that.
Yeah.
Yeah, RE5 is a typical
Yeah.
example of that.
Yeah. It's not a great game, but you'll have a great time with your mate.
Yeah,
Exactly.
great time with your best
Yeah.
mate.
And I think that's how we'll end this section. I think it's about time that we move it
think
on
so.
to
10 out of
quick
10,
news.
they're wild.
Seven's large.
I think
He's
I'm going to
doing
go for
What's
4.
Smash Ultimate? If
He's doing
Multiverse-
4.
It's
You're
10.
doing 7.
10. Yeah.
Damn.
So Smash Ultimate, I stand by, is the best Smash game they've ever made.
Yeah, it is.
There's issues with it, but I still reckon it's a perfect platform flyer.
It's very rare for you two to disagree. A 4 to a 7, that's a disagreement.
Yeah.
But
X Defiant, I think you guys were like Close.
But the issue is, are you going to play Multiverse with me tomorrow?
Yeah.
Here we go, listen.
But am I going to enjoy it because of the game or because I'm playing with you?
Yeah.
There we
There's
are.
that. But I can't differentiate
So
that
he's a
fact.
slave to Davey, everybody.
It's just fun playing with your mates.
He just does what Davey says.
And with that, we'll move it on to quick news.
My liege.
Quick news. Welcome to Quick News. And before we get on to the normal run of the show, which is going to be all talking about the recent state of play and the Silent Hill intermission, I want to give you a quick shout out on our stock count for how many shots we have left. So, going into this part of the show, I have 6. Phil, you have 4.
Good.
Spence, you have 8.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So,
And you've given me 2 of your 5.
I have indeed. So I got 3 to give.
So Spence, you need to step the fuck up.
I'm trying to maintain the show, boys.
Yeah.
Also, I'm very hot-headed at the minute, so I'm taking it slow.
Can you do it after the introduction? Because I think you're going to give us the lowdown on the next section of the show.
Of course.
It's probably better that you read it out, then take your shots.
Exactly right. And I think,
Yeah.
Phil, at this point, you and me, should we do another?
Sure. Let's hit it.
That's it. We love to drink with Phil.
Because Phil
is our mate.
And when we drink with Phil...
Mine's more full than
It's
yours.
nothing. The last couple have been way more in my favour. Cheers, Davey.
Lovely.
I heard every single
It's fine,
bit of that, yeah.
There's nothing to it. But
So-
your problem is you've got a lot more shots that aren't limoncello.
Yeah, exactly.
So the trick is drink early rather than
It's
late.
true.
Because
Well,
the
I
more
thought...
time you have to get over it, much better.
I was told there was Fireball on the fridge.
I thought it was.
So I
Is
was
it
going
not?
to buy a bottle of Fireball, and I was told, don't. There's Fireball on the fridge.
It's funny because I've got 2 bottles of half-drunk Fireball at my house that
Oh,
you've
so-
left every single time that we've done one of these big quizzes. They've been there for a while.
Yeah.
I hoard a lot, so I've got your Fireball.
I am getting myself down to Phil's level. Oh, wouldn't you know? Slightly less than a normal shot, but...
It's hitting now, isn't it?
Should have done that one.
It is in.
My fight money. So, current standings after that shot round. Davey, 2. Phil, 2. Spence, 8.
8.
8.
And you've still got potentially 3 off him, and then you've got the big quiz. You need to step up, son.
What am I shotting now?
Well, the limoncello's gone. So now it's danger shots.
Now it's
Danger
whiskey
shots.
or rum or fucking whatever else. You grab that
Danger
white
shots.
rum in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Has
Yeah.
to be that.
You're going to have to neck a bottle.
So here we are. It is quick news. And today we're not actually going through the news. There's been 2 massive pieces of news, which are, of course,
Massive.
Silent
Big.
Hill intermission and the state of play.
Transmission.
Thank you guys. Now, lads, I went on record. I recorded my reaction to the state of play. I've done all my bit. But I really want to know what you guys feel about this. Now, Spence, I think the best place to start with this, let's start with the state of play before we move on to Silent Hill. Spence, give me the rundown of the games, and then let's discuss how we feel about the state of play as a podcast overall.
Sounds good.
mate. Sounds good. So, everything that was shown during the state of play, I'll read it off. I'm pretty sure this is in order, but it might not be. But more or less, it's everything that at least was shown.
They'll forgive us.
Yeah, exactly. So, we have Concord, the long-awaited game.
Okay.
God of War Ragnarok, announced for PC.
Heard that.
Who cares? Until Dawn, the new remake.
Definitely not the right order then.
Skydance's Behemoth for PSVR 2. Path of Exile 2. Monster Hunter Wilds. Silent Hill 2. Alien Rogue Incursion. Fuck that. Marvel's Rivals. Dynasty Warriors Origins. Ballad of Antara. Infinity Nikki. Where Winds Meet. And then finally Astro Bot.
So, thank you for that. So, as we always do with a conference, I want to get your initial thoughts before we go into a shag, marry, and a kill.
Okay.
as we do for every single conference we've ever covered on this show. Ever since the first time we covered every single thing and went on for about 4 hours. So we've slimmed it down. So let's get your initial thoughts. Mine are already out. If you don't know my initial thoughts, I implore you to go onto YouTube or to go back to the last episode of the podcast, which is my thoughts of the post-show. For those that don't know and you haven't skipped it, I'll give you a rundown. 7 out of 10. Phil, come over to you first. Give me your thoughts on the show.
Well, Davey, I'm glad you asked. Because I went into this show scurrying around my office, trying to sort out my internet, losing my hair, pulling my hair out. I was like, fuck. Because I was all ready. I had all my notes ready. I've done all my research. And you know me. I like to have a bit of Wikipedia to one side. I like to have a bit of notes to the other, ready for any kind of questions on anything that we could possibly talk about. I am the source of that these days when it comes to the podcast. But I got to that point and I was like, my internet's failed. It's failed me. My internet costs me 70 odd quid a month and it let me down at the worst point. I was literally watching Netflix at 10 o'clock to 10:30. As soon as it got to 10:30, when I had to join the boys, because we were going to do a bit of pre-show, it started messing up. Oh my God, it was the worst feeling ever. So for that, that's a 0 out of 10. The feeling, oh my God, I'm losing it. It's me. I love tech. I've got the most expensive internet that I could possibly buy in the area that I'm at.
So Virgin get a 0 out of 10.
Virgin get a 0 out of 10. Messed me right up. Hated it. Hated the whole experience. I literally had to go to the bedroom and watch it on my phone.
On 5G.
And I cried. On 5G. I cried.
So that's data gone as well.
Yeah. So, terrible. Work paid for that. It's a work phone. I watched it on the work phone.
Yeah,
I watched it on the work phone, yeah.
But what did you think of the actual state of play itself?
The state of play, it was a bit like this, and this is for the visual. It was a bit like, it started off sort of in the mid, and then dipped quite low. And I thought, how do they recover after this? You know, like a roller coaster, like a normal shit roller coaster, where it like does a little jump at the top and then brings you down. And you're like, oh, where's the end going to go? And then, oh my God, it's like, whoa! The end just blew me away. So there was a highlight. There was a highlight towards the end, but the rest of the show for me left me vastly underwhelmed. And I've had a few conversations on Twitter, and we'll get into those later, because I'm probably incorrect on a lot of these points. But I was watching on 5G. So forgive me on that. And I was stressed. I was annoyed. I was angry. And that's not the state of mind you want to go into, a state of play. Because you know it's going to be slightly average.
Yeah.
Generally.
Yeah, exactly.
Because this isn't the big showcase for PlayStation. It's just the mediocre kind of games. You might get a highlight towards it. But there was a big bang at the end. But everything in between kind of left me vastly underwhelmed. I'm sorry about that.
That's fair. I think that's a fair comment to make. Now, Spence, I'd love to know how you feel about this.
It's fucking shit, man. It was fucking shit. It was a bad state of play.
Wow.
It was bad. It opened with Concord, fine. I don't really care about Concord. The more I see it, granted, it's probably our first look, really.
We are going to talk about all this, so let's not get too specific here.
But I didn't care. And then everything was just nothing. We saw Until Dawn, which we already knew about. We saw Ragnarok's coming to PC. Oh, sick. Who fucking cares? And then just a lot of nothing until Astrobot, which is a game that sure I'm excited for. It's not the next Uncharted. It's not the next God of War. It's Astrobot. And sure, I'm super excited for it. I think it's going to be great. But it's not a big hitter.
I think we got a lot to say about it. I'm letting him talk. I'm not interrupting.
I thought it was just a shit state of play. I say 3 or 4 out of 10.
What's your rating?
6.
6.
So I came in with this for a 7 out of 10. And my reason was, just to lay the foundation here before we go off into this conversation, before we bring into a listening question very much at the end, my rationale, and I'm going to pass it over to you guys after this to give you full rationales before we go into the specifics of the games, right? My rationale was, it's a state of play. We're expecting what we already think will be here. So I expected there'd be Concord shown. I thought Fear Games would be here, and it wasn't. And that's actually quite worrying that it's not here.
I thought Phantom Blade Zero was going to be here.
And me. I thought too.
And there was a lot of games that looked very fucking similar.
There's another
Yeah, there
samurai
was,
game.
yeah.
Another samurai
Loads
game.
of samurai. What is
So
going
many,
on
man.
with PlayStation and samurai games? There's about 10.
There's more than 10, blood. There's so many samurai games.
Too many. Too
When
many.
when it popped up, I thought, what the again?
I was like, this doesn't look like Phantom Blade Zero. But it's another samurai game.
Exactly. But
too many.
park
This is
those
a loss
for the
for
moment.
free.
So I came in expecting what I got.
Yeah.
And what I got was Concord shown and Astro.
That's it.
That's what I expected. Everything else in between, most of it spoke to me. And we'll go into the minutiae of that in a moment. I think the big thing is when you look about a state of play and the ranking of that, we've had a 10 out of 10, which we only had once on this show, which was the last one we had, I think. I think it was the showcase we had. And it was like all of us were like 9, 10, something like that.
Technically, we had a 10 out of 10 on the showcase.
Yeah.
When they announced the PS5, because we were doing our podcast back then, remember?
Oh, yeah.
That was
yeah.
10 out of 10.
There was one since then that all of us were really hype on. The rest of the internet was really shit on. Do you remember that? And it was like...
Yeah,
all
because
of,
it spoke to us.
all of it was like Resident Evil. There was...
It's just horror games, right?
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me?
Yeah.
Oi! Resident Evil.
I'll do 2 fingers.
Resident Evil.
No, you won't. You'll do a shot.
Yeah, you mad?
Sure.
Yeah, what do you mean? You'll do 2 fingers.
Bring it on.
Excuse me?
Get him a shot.
I thought that we'd have all the same shit, right? And we did. Like, we had everything I expected it to be. That's why it's a 7. If it was going to raise higher than that, they'd have to have Resistance, God of War, something to really like
Davey.
Ghost of Tsushima. I knew Ghost wasn't going to be here. Like, Ghost was never going to be here at this.
Davey, can we just step it back? You said this state of play was going to have everything that you wanted. And I think you made some predictions. I made some predictions. Spencer, I hope you made some predictions.
Thank you.
Should we go through those? Because I think that's quite telling to what you expected for the show.
Sure, I think so. Okay, so my safe, we'll go around in order.
Okay.
My safe was Astrobot. Phil?
My safe was Astrobot New Game. And it literally was, because there's slight evidence, I suppose.
Yeah. My safe was Astrobot. So
Of course it was.
Stupid.
Of course it was.
That's horrible.
What was your
You did a double, didn't you? Did you do a double?
Yeah.
Well,
Why? You had no need to.
Ah, man, I need no pussy.
Well, one of them gets ticked off your account, surely.
Oh.
No, because he said...
Yeah, but that's only one shot. That's a double.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah, go on. What was your possible, David?
So I'm earning your favour, mate.
My possible was Marathon. So I thought to myself, well, I want to go for Concord.
Yeah.
But it's too likely to be it's too likely it's a safe. Go for possible.
My possible was Spider-Man 2 DLC.
Oh, that's
wow.
good. That's good choice. Good choice.
That was my possible.
like
I
that.
thought we were going to find out about the Carnage DLC.
Okay.
That's what I thought.
That's a good choice.
As opposed to maybe Carnage probably wouldn't be the first DLC. I thought we got a mention of that. I thought there was going to be Spider-Man 2 DLC because I think there's going to be 2 or 3. Hopefully. Anyway, I really hope there is. But I really want to know the continuation of the Carnage, Let There Be Carnage reference that was in Spider-Man 2. Because I love Spider-Man 2.
There'll definitely be 2. I think 2 DLCs.
Yeah.
For me, my possible, I was asleep all day, lads. I didn't really have one. I knew State of Play was happening. I thought, they're showing Astro, so that's my safe. But then I slept all day, so I didn't really think.
This is easy for shots.
So I thought, if I even say anything, it's after I've seen the show, so it's not fair. So I'll exclude myself from possible and
Okay.
crazy.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Yep.
You're crazy, Phil?
My crazy was Half-Life Alex.
Just wild is Potato Chief was
Potato
like,
Chief did the same.
it's
didn't he?
safe. It's safe was PS5 Pro.
It's safe.
It's safe as PS5 Pro.
Bro, he's
No,
wild.
they don't do hardware.
Not on a state of play.
play.
No, not a state of play. And
He's
it's,
so Xbox, isn't he?
and it's possible was Half-Life Alex. And then
No.
I don't know.
What's crazy?
I can't remember what it's crazy.
That
was.
fucking,
Something
what's the
nuts.
name? Jim Ryan would go suck him off.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. It
No,
was
that is a crazy Half-Life.
It was
Alex.
crazy.
Yeah.
My crazy, of course, for those that haven't seen it, is Resistance returning in any form.
Yeah.
Which we have not seen. We will never see in my
Shock,
lifetime.
yeah.
I'm sure we're not.
Mm.
But doesn't stop me from hoping.
So we all got Astrobot though.
We all got Astrobot. Yeah,
Well
we
done,
all
guys.
called it.
Well done, guys.
Okay. So with that out of the way, let's get on to our shag, marry, and our kills. So this is a big thing.
The
Now
issue
we-
is we can't share games, can we?
Nope, and can never
Fucking
share
hell.
games. And the difference is, Spence, you're really negative on this.
Yeah, shit.
Whereas me and Phil are kind of coming around the same. So I want to get your shag first. The game that you will fucking kind of avoid, but you'll put one in there.
So my shag for the state of play, honestly, Path of Exile 2.
Wow.
I thought Path of Exile 2 looked fantastic.
He
It looked
saw my
like Diablo.
tweet. He saw my tweet.
I haven't seen it. I'm not on Twitter at the minute, mate. I haven't seen any tweets. But that's the one game when I was actually watching it that I thought, because I've always thought Path of Exile is just a worse Diablo. And then when I saw the actual gameplay for it, I thought, oh, that actually looked quite sick.
It's not about the gameplay with Path of Exile.
Is it not?
Couch co-op.
Oh, yeah. That was sick as well.
That like it just tracks everything that you do. It's like a better Diablo. Diablo does all these things worse. So it's the Diablo universe, but it's just a better interface with everything they're trying to achieve there.
Yeah.
Path of Exile looks incredible.
Looks good.
And it would have been on my list. I thought, and I tweeted about this
I haven't seen
live
it.
for the show, with a couch co-op. I can imagine a couple of beers, just playing that couch co-op. That would be sick. So fun.
So Phil, I suppose the big thing is for me is that Diablo 4 offers the exact same couch co-op experience that you're looking for already. Like it does what you want it to do.
I know that, Davey. But the problem is here, right? So I bought Diablo, the latest. And I said to you boys, we'll all buy it and we'll all come around, couple of beers, and we'll all sit there, we'll have a great time, wank each other off, and we'll play the newest Diablo.
What a
What
time.
happened? I paid 70 quid for a game, and none of you bought it.
yeah. we
So
never
what
did
the fuck,
shit.
boys?
I'm sorry, lads.
I'm broke.
I'm
It
sorry.
happens all the time. It happens all the time with these boys. Remnant 2.
I've got Remnant 2. We just haven't started
Yeah,
it.
because I bought it for your fucking birthday. I literally forced you into buying it.
We haven't played it yet.
Spencer, where it is at?
I
So
didn't-
this is my problem.
I didn't get Remnant for my birthday.
You get Path of Exile, we can all play it together. Brilliant. Well, two of us could play it together. But, guys, we need to sync up on all this.
It's true.
To be fair, Path of Exile looks insane.
It looks good.
When
man.
I saw it, I knew nothing about Path of Exile, and I was saying to Potato Chief at the time,
Two.
like, I don't know what this is. Like, I do not know this franchise. And as soon as it started, seeing the lightning effects,
It's exactly
going
the
through-
same as Diablo.
It looks like
Yeah.
that, but it looks like higher quality. It looks really nice. It looks
Yeah.
really clean.
Especially when he was doing the bow with all
Oh,
the lightning.
yeah,
that, like,
it's
twisted
so
around
sick.
all the characters. Like, I was popping off at that point. And then there was big characters, which, like, the two of them had to almost, like, juxtapose their kind of, like, characteristics to kind of, like, counteract what the boss was doing.
Yeah.
And I thought that part was like, oh my God, that was brilliant. It's like a fighting game.
Yeah, it
where you're
looked
like,
really good.
he's dodging towards there. You've got to hit him in the... Oh, it's just, like, brilliant. Maybe I was putting too much into it, but we'll see. Like, I'd love to play it. I would love to play it.
It looked really high
Yeah.
quality for
Yeah.
what it is.
Oh,
it looked
class.
like
It looked
it
really
looked like
good.
a Diablo, but it's not made by the Diablo team.
Yes.
And I was like,
Not
you know
made
what?
by Blizzard.
This looks like it's not fucking round. Like
Yeah.
it looks
Yeah.
like this is something it's a big ticket item.
I would
I
think so.
didn't think it would be. So
Mm.
yeah, I really love that choice. Phil, your shag.
Well, my shag, it's going to be Concord, boys.
Oh yeah.
Because there was two sides to this coin with Concord. There was about 3 or 4 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, of actual beautiful CGI trailer which told a story, and it was very entertaining, very Guardians-like, as everyone's referenced.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And you fell in love with it at that point. And okay? And that's foreshadowing, because I'll comment on that later. And then you had the game, and you were like, it's kind of what we've seen over and over and over again. Okay, to me, they didn't feel like too much that was new. Okay, maybe the abilities were slightly different. Maybe the characters were slightly different. It didn't feel crazy, right? So it's coming from someone who's played a little bit of Valorant, a little bit of Overwatch in the past, a little bit of TFC back in the day. You used to play loads of TFC back in the day.
What's
right?
TFC?
Team Fortress Classic.
Oh, classic. Okay. I played mostly TF2.
Before TF2.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm old school. I'm almost 39. TF2. TF Classic. Used to play a lot of that, right? So I get this style of game. And this coming in, the game didn't resonate. Where they were trying to go with the visuals, the story, worked for me, because it's almost what Overwatch didn't do, okay? So they didn't build up the story of their character. Their characters are loved. Everyone knows Reaper. Everyone loves their characters, okay? But they didn't give them background. They didn't give them story. So what Concord are trying to do, they've built up the story straight away. They've smacked you in the face with as much story as possible, okay, to make you love their characters. And that's the only way a hero shooter works in my mind. They make you love the characters. Do you want to wear a new t-shirt of the new Concord version? Maybe. I don't know if they did a good job, because I tweeted maybe 2 hours, 3 hours after the show, okay? And I said, does anyone remember the characters? And I couldn't remember a single one of them.
No.
Some people came back, okay? There was some negative stuff as well. And one of our major fans, Mulan, he came back, and obviously he knew one of the big robots. And I got it straight away. And I was like, yeah, perfect. But I couldn't remember any of the other characters. They weren't memorable. I remember the first time Overwatch came out, I was like, brilliant. Bam, 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 bam.
Yeah,
like,
I get what you mean.
They're so, the archetypes are just so, like, you connect with them. With these, I was like, I don't know what they do, who they are. Maybe it's just because it's the first trailer. Okay? The first trailer that we had was a floating sandwich or whatever in space, and then it's like, maybe it's just a Guardians ripoff. Okay, that's what everyone hoped it was going to be. And that Guardians game, fuck me, if you haven't played it, play that game, because it's fucking brilliant.
It's great. It's
like,
great.
regardless, it's not a character shooter, it's just a brilliant fucking game. Okay, and we'll all stick by that, won't we?
Yeah,
because I platinumed it.
Yeah,
because,
I platinumed it,
and that's a Phil Hoy seal approval, because it's an amazing game.
Agreed.
But coming over to Concord, I just lost it. It looked entertaining. The story aspects looked amazing. And I like the idea that they're going to do more of that. And I think that's a wise choice, because I think with Overwatch, that's what let them down. It's just they didn't build up the story. They didn't build up the atmosphere of the characters. They just let you play it. Overwatch 2 bombed.
That's not why, though.
People didn't love it as much as Overwatch.
It's because
1.
it's just Overwatch 1.
Yeah, but they didn't.
It's nothing to do with the characters. It's because they didn't add anything. They just slapped it out and said Overwatch 2.
If they built it out to be a movie,
I think,
in my opinion, anyway.
I think what you're getting at is Apex does this really well, in that
Loba.
No, not
just a big bum.
No, not just Loba's big ass. It's the fact that when you get to a new season, you get a new trailer, which gives you a new cinematic trailer. You get to learn a little bit more about the characters, their backstory.
Are going to apparently do this every week.
That's what I don't like.
That's what I really like. That's why I really vibe with this.
Yeah,
I think,
they should do.
This is the way to get you really
But
invested
I don't
in the
believe them.
characters. Why? I think
every week a cinematic trailer about their characters. Okay, they might have 3 or 4. Where's it go after that?
Have
they got a movie about this?
Honest to God, you guys do not understand. I've played 41 hours of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. There's everything.
Running along Snake Way, just wanking. It's just nothing, mate.
But you wait, and then it's like, oh, every 15 minutes, here's a fucking character trailer. And they're all the same. There's no reason why this team can't put out the same kind of quality as that. When all they have to do is they got a team that is like, responsible for the gameplay.
Yeah.
Get that nailed.
Yeah, but
more
there's
cinematics.
no promise of quality. There's promise of cutscenes.
But yes.
The cutscenes are going to be
Yes.
amazing. The game, I think, is secondary.
That's my reason for disliking it.
And
They've come out saying, we're not promising improvements to the game, but we promise you'll get a new cutscene every week.
because that's what Overwatch failed.
That's not why Overwatch failed.
It is.
Overwatch failed because they did Overwatch 2 and it's the exact same game. They added nothing.
There is also pronouns in this game. When you select a character, they have pronouns.
Oh yeah.
Did you not see that?
No, it wouldn't matter to me.
It wouldn't matter to me either.
No.
That just feels weird to me.
Why?
As 39-year-old, why do I need to care if someone's a girl or a boy?
You don't need to care.
You don't.
Well,
What about
why
Lizard
isn't-
Man? Is he a boy or a girl?
Who cares?
I don't know. It doesn't matter to me.
Doesn't matter. I don't question it.
So why does it bother you?
You question it currently.
It's just weird that they state it.
It's just,
It's just a new thing in it. It's just new life.
It's
Where
just-
everyone's going to go, actually, I'm a guy.
it's just how the world's going at the minute. Because
Weird.
even in tournaments, they do that
Weird
as well.
that Concord included that to me.
I think to me, it's a natural progression.
It is natural progression, I agree.
I don't think it's remotely a
Is that
fucking-
like 16-year-olds carrying ID?
Would you? If I had ID at 16, I'd have carried it. Let's be real.
Yeah, I mean,
But
Would you?
I was too young. I was too young to get surfed, so it suited me being 16. I could buy fags back then.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, he had a note.
Are
from
we
his
lighted
mum.
up, are we?
Got an ashtray or anything, mate? You might want one. It's just not thought, is he?
Yes.
Is he?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Looks inside here.
Oh shit, it's massive.
Davey.
She stinks.
Comes from
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, he's Mr. Hoy got a pipe.
Fucking hell. I can't even smoke on this.
That's just,
I
it's
can't
not,
I can't even fake smoke.
That's not your pipe, it's the smell from this. Making you cough.
I can't even fake smoke.
You've annihilated
Does
the
that
end
look
there.
good?
Why?
Yeah. Maybe we'll put some spinach in there.
So we're talking about
Concord's character diversity and how they're apparently he,
I'm
she,
not
all
getting
that.
to
Them.
this.
What I will say, I don't think the cutscenes, what they've promised us is a game that they've shown and cutscenes in the future.
Yeah.
I do not give a rat's fucking arse about the cutscenes. Overwatch isn't built on that. Marvel's Rivals isn't going to be built on that.
Marvel
X-Defiant
Rivals has characters
has characters, well-known characters.
that
That's what's
everyone
good.
knows, so it doesn't need to build the characters.
But
okay?
watch it fail. Because that's not what matters. It's the gameplay that matters.
All Marvel games fail.
They all fail.
Apart from maybe Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It's totally fine.
Watch it fail because that's not what's important in a team-based game like that, a competitive game. It's the gameplay
I
that is
honestly
king.
don't think that's a competitor to it.
What
Marvel Rivals. I don't think it's a competitor to it.
It's the same esque game where you have 5 people on your team or however many. You all fit a specific role. It's an Overwatch game. Marvel's Rivals is an Overwatch game.
I think you guys.
X-Defiant's an Overwatch game.
I think you guys being way too critical on what isn't important. Like the thing
Go on.
is with this, right?
The gameplay is what's important.
The gameplay is what's important.
That's what I said. Gameplay's king.
It is. And the thing is, we're looking at this lineup right now, and we got Concord coming up. Sure, its main selling point, I guess you could say, is like the fact that it's got a cutscene every single week. But that's not really what
it's
it
meant
is.
to be the characters, isn't it?
No,
But
I
it
don't think
is-
it is.
it-
I think it's the fact that it's
But
the,
they have
the
a-
best.
wait,
It's the
wait.
best in-show graphical showcase we've ever had for the PS5.
Wait.
It looks fucking insane. Like I don't know why you guys are overlooking this part. It looks so fucking good.
It does look beautiful,
It looks insane.
and I think
It looks alright.
most people should expect that though.
I guess maybe.
Like
it's a PlayStation
2024.
Studios game.
It's a PlayStation Studios game, as you said. We should expect this shit.
Yeah.
If games don't look that way, we should comment on it.
Did it
I
look
don't
better than
think
Demon's
that's
Souls?
the
No.
selling point.
I think for me,
Not for the cutscenes though, man.
Cutscenes look beautiful, and they were funny.
I think you look at it and you think, right, I got the fact that my
I
existing
should have
play-
bubbles at this, should I?
You should, yeah.
I
that'd be
wish you
class.
did. I wish you
That'd
did.
be
Does Cass got any
immense.
bubbles?
He's got to.
He does. Do you want me to sort you out?
Put some liquid in there
Do
later.
you want do some? I'll sort you
Not
out
right now. We'll do it in a bit.
So I think about it like the fact I think about it as simple as this. Okay,
£4 off Amazon. This was good for a fucking joke, wasn't it? Don't tell me I don't try.
I'm going to be real with this.
I can't drink.
Concord is simple as this. We do not have a proper first party 5v5 hero shooter
No.
on the console. We do not.
If you're looking at it from a PlayStation view, I think it's super intelligent.
It makes perfect sense.
I think from a consumer point of view, when you're on PlayStation, it just feels weird, doesn't it?
But
Because we have a lot of these, or we have lots of options, especially if you've got cross-console.
so, if you think about the hardcore PlayStation fan base, right?
Us.
So us,
Yeah.
are we playing Overwatch?
I'm not playing any of these games. I don't
No.
really like them.
I will try.
Of course we
this.
will.
I will try this
Because,
because the first party game.
no, also, we've got an opportunity to play this, haven't we?
Yes, we do. So Maloon has handily
you.
come in
Thank you.
and offered us a chance
Fan
to
of the
get
show.
involved.
Fan of the show.
The boy, the homie.
There's the homie, yeah.
He hasn't really got a nickname on the show, has he?
His name's Maloon, mate. That's his name.
No, but like, Lurian's got a nickname.
Is he?
The hot dog.
Hot Dog.
Hot dog. Well, what's Maloon?
So I
Give him
think
one now.
Maloon is the time. He's bringing it back to the show. I think it's time that he gets a nickname.
I reckon he's a fucking.
Big,
He's
big,
a what?
big dog player.
I reckon he's a fucking big dick bitch, bro.
Big dick bitch. No, he ain't a big dick bitch. I don't think he's the big dick player.
Do you know what? I reckon he's.
He's the what? Go on.
He's a fucking money maker.
A money
I reckon if he's coming in with the fucking pre-order, on
I
this
think he's the
game,
fulfiller.
the fulfiller.
Fulfiller.
Oh, I
Fulfiller.
like that. I like that.
I like that. I like that. Maloon, the fulfiller. Maybe he can
Goes out,
comment. He's obviously going to comment. He's obviously going to listen to the show.
Not
Maloon, we need some sort of caveat to your name. What do you want to be? So we've got the hot dog himself. We need something to reference you, I think.
I think we should go for the fulfiller.
The fulfiller. Fulfiller.
The fulfiller,
It's a
bro.
fire name, man. Fulfiller.
He fulfills the dreams. We ain't
Fulfills
going
the
to
dream.
pre-order this game.
So he's pre-ordered and he's got a friend who
Best
he's going to
mate.
give one of his vouchers to, and he's going to give us the other three, so we can all jump in and give you guys, our loyal listeners, our honest view on how we feel about this game once we play it.
So I suppose the big thing is, oh shit. I suppose the big thing is now, like, Concord's you're safe, right? That's where we are.
Yeah, I think it's safe because
Fucking hell, we're doing Shag, Marry, Kills.
I don't think it's bad.
What are we on about?
Let me finish again.
Go on.
Because I've given you the bad. I think it was stunning. I think the graphical fidelity in that game was beautiful. I think it genuinely looked amazing. Regardless if I didn't vibe with it, I thought it looked incredible. And as I said earlier, that's just an acceptance of PlayStation. I think this went a step above, especially in the early kind of like visuals, in the storytelling. Incredible. That was like Blizzard level. And that's a badge, isn't it, these days?
It looked like a story-based game, and it's not one.
Yeah, exactly. Way good. That's all I've got to say. Karen.
I think for me, I look at it and I think I've not seen a graphical level of this on a shooter. In my life.
No, there's a
Never.
lot of effort there.
There's a few issues I have, and this is what I said in the pre-show for this episode, is that it's all about the speed of the game. At the moment, it
Yeah.
feels slow,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
It feels real slow.
Yeah.
And the only way I'll know how I feel about it is by playing it. Like
Yeah.
with a shooter, you never know. You just you can look at something and think, "Fuck, that looks great." You play it, you think, "Nah, something just doesn't hit." It's all about game feel.
Yeah.
And game feel's all about like 60 FPS, blah 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 blah, whatever it is. To me, this looked like 30 FPS. It looked really slow. It looked like
There was a lot of games at this showcase that looked well slow, though.
There was,
Like
but
early,
this is a shooter.
early
This
games.
is a
Early.
shooter.
This one actually I think this looked good.
Graphically,
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I'll wait for that beta. Like I'm not
I'm looking
sold
forward to
until
playing it.
beta.
I'm
Yeah, yeah.
genuinely looking forward to playing it.
I mean,
As much as I can't remember the characters.
doesn't matter.
Can you remember the characters?
No, but I can't remember the
I
characters.
remember
of-
one off. I don't remember
I
any
can't
others.
remember.
Yeah,
Apex
because I said it.
characters.
No, because it's an easy name to remember. I remember. I could tell you what they look like, but I couldn't tell you.
Who
what
was your
their names
favourite? Who would you vibe with?
are. Probably the tank fellow who crystallizes his back.
Jax.
The big guy. Sounds
Drax.
Reptile.
Drax, yeah.
It's
yeah.
obviously Drax, man.
It is Drax,
It's
yeah.
just Drax.
Him or even the one off himself who's
Yeah.
got the vacuum gun and shit.
Yeah.
He's quite cool.
Okay.
But
I'm going to be interested. I'm really looking forward to playing it. And that's why it's my shag. Because I'm giving it options. Because I didn't vibe with it straight away. Maloon turned me around. I just want to play it. I got to play it. It's that type of game.
Yeah.
It's going to live or die by my experience early doors.
Yeah.
I don't care what it happens 3, 4, 5 years on. I don't care about Destiny. I just hope it's good straight away.
Yeah, you're exactly right. It lives and dies by its beta.
Yeah.
It's what I said on my
Yeah, yeah,
on my
yeah.
reaction stream.
Yeah.
It lives and dies by it. Like if that beta is shit,
Yeah.
that's it. Done. Done. But if it actually fucking nails it, we've got a chance for something here. So here we are, guys.
Yeah.
My shag. It's Alien Rogue Incursion. PSVR game, the Alien game.
fuck that.
Now, this was the only game in the entire showcase that I literally physically popped off for.
Why?
Not Astrobot. Oh, you saw it coming. You saw it
It's
coming.
obvious. I looked, I saw it, and I saw a pulse rifle come up. Hype, right? Well, I saw the text, and I was immediately hyped. And I saw the pulse rifle, and I looked down at the fucking.
That's nice.
I looked down, and I saw the motion tracker. And I thought, oh my god, they could nail this in VR. They could fucking nail this in VR.
You're in real life going.
Yeah.
And immediately I thought, this is the fucking one. Like, I had no idea they're making an Aliens game for VR. Like,
thought they
so
should.
fucking hype.
Well,
they should.
it makes
Alien
sense.
Isolation
Never
should just
happened.
be
It
ported.
makes complete sense to go down that route. But when I watched it, I just thought the game wasn't finished.
No,
It
no.
just
Oh,
felt
God, no.
so
Yeah, God,
far
no.
away. And it said
25?
2024 release.
Oh, is that what it said?
It said this year. And I was like, really? Because this game don't look finished. This game just looks like the typical things that you see in an Alien movie. Comes out, it crawls on a roof. And
Xenomorph goes.
like, that's literally it. You expect that shit, right?
Yeah.
Didn't look good. Looked kind of what I would want, but it didn't look good.
But it's a VR game, not a game.
Is that an excuse?
It is.
Should being a VR game mean that actually
It doesn't need the same fidelity as a proper game.
it's fine that it's not complete? Because this game didn't look good.
No.
Didn't look good.
Let's
Didn't
be
look
real,
good.
let's
And
be
there was
real.
no game there. There was no game there. Was there? As much as you're saying this is your shag,
Yeah, that's my
so
shag.
so you're looking at a 16-year-old thinking, in the future, she might be better. She might be fit.
You're saying he's pre-ordering?
He's pre-ordering. He's looking at a 15-year-old thinking she might have tits in the future.
15. Why is he going underage?
Why is it going down?
Why is it going
down?
underage? Why is
She
it
was
going
16 a
underage?
minute ago.
This is literally what you're saying. You're saying
Why is she underage?
This
now?
show's fucked, boys.
It's wild. Why is she going under?
you're saying a 14-year-old.
Oh no! Wow, rah.
She's suddenly gonna get some high heels and a short skirt, and she can have big tits, and she's gonna be great. Because that's literally what you're saying about this new Aliens game. Because ultimately, what I saw was pre-pubescent shit.
Look, let's be real about this. Let's be real about this.
Let's
It's
be
fucking
real.
ridiculous. The
Davey's
game,
not gay.
The game looked good. The only issue I had with this, which I noticed immediately, was how the aliens behaved. They looked like they were like, "Oh, can I have a hug?"
Huh?
Yeah. They looked really calm.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's no wall walking here.
Calm.
Nothing.
No.
But all I need as a bare minimum
Yeah.
for an Aliens VR game, hold the pulse rifle.
Yeah.
I need to reload it. So I need to put a grenade in for the grenade shot. I need to be able to cock it back. And then finally, I need to look down at my motion tracker and be like, oh my God, they're 5 meters
right
away. Oh, he's fucking right
He's
here,
in the
look.
vents.
And then they walk up like, because they got no fucking AI.
He goes,
I'm happy though. I honestly, I saw
think
this.
you are. Because for the VR crowd, there hasn't been much games, is there? I think it's a big thing for you guys to have 2 games at the showcase.
It's a major license.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
a
major
major
license.
license.
what
Yeah.
I don't understand is why it's a new game. Just put Alien Isolation in there. I don't understand why they've put all that resource into a new game that is identical to Alien Isolation, but
it's
less.
not. It's an action game compared to Alien Isolation. You got no weapons. It's a survival horror.
Which is what I'd probably rather in VR.
Would you?
It'd be shite scary, mate. I'm shite scared of this.
No. For an aliens game, I want to be able to shoot aliens with a pulse rifle, bro. I want to be able to dish damage out like fucking cock.
Yeah, but also if you just had to go around and repair the ship in VR whilst an alien's
it'd be terrifying.
it'd be fantastic.
Yeah, it'd be amazing.
And you would shit your pants.
Yeah, I would.
Great. They should have just done that. It'd be so much less effort. It'd be finished within a few months. You're done.
Yeah, I guess so.
But I do think, like you said, it doesn't look finished. I don't think it
Doesn't
will take
look
them,
finished, man.
It won't take them long to finish it. It's just a VR game. It doesn't have to be the exact same polish as a normal game. And I'm not sure on the actual.
Excuses.
I guess. But I suppose this is where we move it on. Obviously, you guys aren't enjoying my shag. So let's move on to a marry. Where are we going?
It's over to me, mate.
Mr. Spencer Davis, the boy wonder.
Do you want to guess? Anyone? Any guesses?
Astrobot.
Is it an Astro?
B. Of course, it's Astrobot. What else is it going to be? It was a good showcase. It wasn't a good state of play. Has to be Astrobot. And Astrobot looked fantastic. When it opened and the dual sense went in front of him and just kind of turned into a spaceship,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm about that. I bet those vibrations are going to feel fucking peng. And then just everything it showed. It was a lot less gimmicky than Astro's Playroom was.
You think?
Yeah, because Astro's Playroom was just to show you the handset. This was actually like, it had a story.
It was doing Mario, wasn't it?
It's Mario.
All the extra kind of like, he was a sponge. He was like,
well, if anything, it's Kirby.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a Mario, Nintendo game.
It's a
wasn't
Nintendo. It's a Mario Kirby game.
Yeah.
But the difference is this is going to be perfectly fine tuned for the DualSense controller, and it's going to feel mint to fucking play. And Astro is just a cute little mascot character that PlayStation haven't utilized enough.
Yeah.
My only kind of issue with it is that it's not a VR2 game, PSVR 2.
You don't know that.
I think it will be better that it's not.
Yeah.
But I would have liked it to be, just because it's the perfect character to be a PSVR 2 game.
So this is a really good point here, because obviously Astro is my marry. As I suppose us, all of us, right?
I'd imagine so, yeah.
So why?
Nothing else was there.
Literally no.
Well, there is.
Maybe the Genshin game.
Until Dawn.
What? Silent Hill.
Ragnarok again.
Not at that point. We'll talk about transmission later.
So when you're saying about the fact that it should have been PSVR 2,
Not it should have been. I would have liked it to have been. I think it's
What-
better off not being.
what would they have done? PSVR 2.
I don't fucking know. Utilized it. I didn't fucking know. What do you want? I'm not a game developer. I don't know. I want them to blow me away and it to be for PSVR 2. I couldn't tell them what they
I
wanted.
think PSVR 2 holds a specific niche, and there is like what are you gonna do? You're the third person camera looking down at that? No, no.
I
Like
want to be Astrobot, mate. I want to be him.
what? First person.
Yeah. Fuck it. You get to walk around and meet all the other Astrobot characters, Ratchet and fucking Nathan Drake, and just
Kratos.
fucking slap him about the face. It'd be great.
Do you think they reference the PS5 Pro within Astrobot at all?
They might in the actual game itself. I doubt it because it's not existing hardware.
I kind of feel like this is possibly going to be connected to PS5 Pro.
It depends on how
This
they
is your
release
view?
it.
Okay.
How they release
so
it,
September
because-
comes. Do you not think it might come up? Possibly.
It will be
Yeah.
if it's a free-to-play game that we get for free, which it won't be. I think it's going to be a paid-for game.
I think
if
it's,
it is,
it's massive. It's like 80 kind of like levels or something.
if it's a
ridiculous,
paid-for
right?
game, they
Yeah.
in good
Maybe
conscience
60, I
can't
don't
use
know.
it to
Yeah.
advertise the PS5 Pro. Surely not. Maybe once you beat the game, at the end it just shows it or something. I don't know. But that'd be fucking scummy.
What's the point?
Especially if you pay
It'd be
70
out by
quid
then.
for it.
It'd be out by then.
If the
September, then they're going to bring it out.
I think if the payoff for
Yeah.
the game, you pay 70 quid or 50 quid for the game, and the payoff is you get to see the PS5 Pro, piece of shit. It needs to have actual story and not be a tie-in like that. It's just kind of all the PlayStation history bands together or something. It can't be an advert for PS5 Pro. That's ridiculous.
Do you not think?
If it is, I'm angry. It shouldn't be. You're awfully quiet.
It
mate.
is interesting. It is interesting.
I'm sitting back listening to the bullshit, bro. Like, obviously, it's not going to be. Like,
No.
it's going to be a celebration of PlayStation
Exactly
over
right.
the last couple of years.
The history of PlayStation.
And the fact is that
So when do you think it's going to come out then?
what PS5 Pro?
No, Astrobot.
September.
Well, we already know we got release date,
Yeah. When is it?
lads. September 6th. There is
Yeah.
no fucking way we get a PlayStation 5 Pro at that same date. There's no way. The thing to me that makes the most sense, and I'm sure we're going to discuss it later on, but we're going to get a showcase later in the year. And that's where we learn about Ghost 2.
Yeah.
That's where we learn about all the future projects. Blue Point, I imagine, is where we learn about this. We're not going to fucking hear about the PS5 Pro, because why would you announce that shit now when you've got to sell PS5 consoles? It's exactly the same thing I've said all the way around about Xbox. You've got two distinct versions. Why would you fucking market your consoles coming up in about 6 months' time when no one will buy a PlayStation 5 in that exact same period, because they will buy a PlayStation 5 Pro? There is no rationale.
There's none.
It did make me laugh on your stream of the showcase where Lewis predicted that the PS5 Pro was going to come out. I was literally on my phone laughing.
There's no reason. There's no. Why would you?
Sorry,
announce it?
sorry, Lewis. As much as I love you, it was just never going to happen.
No, never.
You know, like generally we get the lesser kind of games,
But there
or
was,
the obvious games. We get the lesser games.
Why-
We never get hardware.
why would you ever announce hardware the 6 months out from
Exactly.
where it comes out?
Exactly.
Like
Exactly not.
what?
It's used to Xbox, mate, where it's used in advance.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all it is.
So I think I spent enough time spent on Astrobot now. Let's move on to the rest of our marries. Mr. Hoy, you'll marry.
My Mary. So just thinking back to the showcase, there was a couple of items that I really found entertaining, but they've mentioned already, and as much as I said it was a 6 out of 10, it's very hard to dig into that library of titles and really bring out something that was actually entertaining. But I tweeted and I said, I really like Path of Exiles. Well, I said that. I said it was vaguely entertaining, but I also quite enjoyed Marvel Rivals.
Oh, yeah?
Quite enjoyed it, purely because my name on the internet was always, when I play Counter-Strike, when I first got into it, was Venom Phil. And I just got into it because Venom was my favourite character. And Venom heavily influenced the Marvel
need it, mate.
Rival
Trust me, it doesn't need it.
intro and CGI that happened within the Marvel Rivals intro. And I thought it was interesting. I think it's one of those games that will probably get on PSN, right? And we'll spend 2 or 3 evenings and we'll have a good laugh. You know, Magneto, Venom, they're all the characters that we like. I think we'd have a good time, but we probably wouldn't stick with it.
What do you think of the Femme Girl Galactus?
Hot as fuck, bro.
In it, I would.
There's nothing wrong with switching
She could
genders.
destroy
mate.
my planet, bro.
Yeah,
Bro, yeah.
eats my planet.
Oh, she could eat my fucking planet.
She'd step
All
on me,
day
she'd step on
long.
the planet and I'd go.
Because we saw Concord, and it's a very similar game, isn't it? But its characters I understand. And I think it looked relatively interesting, purely because I'm a massive fan of Venom, and Venom was the main character they showed.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
And I think on a random Thursday night, if this come free to play, if this came to PS Plus,
It is free to play.
I think we'd have an amazing time for 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 nights. We'd probably go back to Helldivers after that.
Yeah.
But I think this
Will
is
we?
the game that we'd probably just enjoy for a little bit and just get off on the characters.
I'm not gonna lie. The first time I saw this game, I was not interested whatsoever.
Yeah.
And then this trailer sold me. Like I really thought. Like I watched
It was
this. I
big
thought
thing after big thing after big
It
thing,
was.
wasn't it? I think the Silent Hill guys need to learn from this, don't they?
we'll
In the
talk about
original trailer. In the original trailer, they need to learn from this. Because Marvel Rivals really showed that. They really did well.
that. I think for me, all this trailer did was say like, okay, this is what the game is.
Yeah.
I know what to expect. I know that all the character models look fucking peng.
Yeah, amazing.
And they look really
They
good.
do. They do.
Like the
They're
way
all
Spidey
established.
is. Yeah,
Yeah.
like Magneto looks really cool.
Yeah.
Like everyone looks like distinct in what they are.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that about it. However, will I play this game? Probably not. I'll
Probably not for long. I think we'll try it.
Probably not at all.
I'll try it.
Well, I think we'll try it. I
If
think
it's
we
free to
will try
play,
it.
free to play,
I
which
think
it
we'll
is going
try
to
it.
be, we'll try it. But will it be good?
Remains to be seen.
Remains to be seen. Undecided.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, my Mary, then lads. Let's move on to that. My Mary is Behemoth, the VR
Sky
title.
Dances Behemoth, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird that's what they call it. Sky Dances Behemoth.
It is weird.
Who
they
is
call it that.
Skydance?
So Skydance are the team that did the Saints and Sinners.
Walking Dead.
Yeah, Walking Dead.
Saints
Saints
and
and
Sinners
guys.
Part 1 or 2.
Yeah.
They're a really renowned team for VR content, and they have delivered something that just looks so fucking insane.
Yeah.
Like the way the guy grabbed the arrow in the middle of the shot and threw it back, and when he got his sword and threw it up and just sliced some guy in half, I was like, oh my fucking god! Like every single time this game gets shown, it gets me more and more hype for VR content, and it reminds me of Legendary Tales in the fact that I was like, oh my god, I'm like popping off at like, the minutest of moments. I was so fucking enamored by this. And there was a moment by the end of the trailer where the guy like pulls the bow and arrow up against some massive like foot
Foot
down
of a
and it's like,
behemoth, yeah.
that
When
foot.
he's
He does
aiming
that
the
and then he
arrow,
gets smushed.
and it's like, yeah, that's probably not going to stop that.
yeah.
that
You're
guy.
probably fucking
No, but he
dead.
might be about to drop the foot. You shoot him and he goes, ah! And lifts his foot in the air.
Yeah,
You
no,
know when you
you
step
don't
on
know.
something like
Yeah.
Lego and you go,
Yeah.
ah, you lift your foot.
That's
maybe,
true.
maybe.
That's true.
Might have done.
He didn't seem the most threatening of like evil bad guys though. It was like a big kind of elephant guy, wasn't it? It didn't seem cool. You know what I mean? Like when you want a really big bad guy, you want it to be like menacing. You want the big horns, you want the big teeth.
I think,
But it was a big fucking retarded elephant.
I think to be fair, if an
Mongo.
elephant was going to step on you,
Mongo.
if an elephant was going to step
Oh,
on
I'd
you,
be scared.
but if you had a bow
I'm
and
39,
arrow,
mate.
would you
I've
shoot,
lost my memory.
would you shoot your bow and arrow at the leg?
No.
If I had one, yeah.
No.
I
If I had one, yeah, you'd
Straight
have
in the
to.
leg.
It's
If you know
the
you're
only option.
dead, you just need to wank as quickly as you can. Like, it's your only option. Shag the closest girl to you.
I would.
When the plane's going down, you grab the closest blonde and you go deep.
I would rather shoot my bow and arrow in the pilot. Just hope. hope.
Is that what you're going for?
Yeah,
That's not, it's
Okay.
one, this plane's going down, you shoot the pilot. That's your...
The pilot's already dead.
He's already
What
failed.
are you doing?
He's already failed. He's already
The
failed.
pilot's already dead,
He
mate.
deserves death.
Only thing.
You don't think the crash is going to provide that?
Nah.
She's not going for sexual
Sexual
intercourse.
graph. No, I got no time for that. I'm a man on.
How long did you
hire.
take?
Long enough.
Too long. Too long.
Minutes, Phil.
Yeah, way longer than me do.
So I think moving us back on track, I reckon the game looked great. I think it was a true testament to what VR is capable of.
Yeah.
And I think it's
Yeah.
something to look forward to in the VR space, which is what they promised this showcase was a mix of VR, PSVR 2, and PS5 content.
How many VR titles do you get? Two.
Literally
Mix.
two, yeah.
It's a mix. Yeah.
Two.
It was...
So it's in the
Yeah,
mix.
a
There's only
valid,
like-
a valid mix.
yeah, I think so.
It's an unfortunate mix, but it's valid.
And I think the two games they showed were really fucking nice.
They were
It's
good.
better than the fucking that taking pictures and being Japanese game that was shown. That was fucking terrible, right? Like way better than
The
that.
Genshin game.
yeah, which I'm sure.
Something Nicky or something. I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
know,
sure it's
yeah.
going to come up on all our lists in a second.
It can't.
I don't think it will.
No, I'm ready.
No, I love that game.
Oh yeah. Well, let's get on to our fucking kills then. Oh my god. Sorry.
Yeah. No, keep it, yeah. So my kill... Let me look at the list. So I'm killing Summit. Something's dying. And I'm not going to take that from you boys. So my kill, I'm going to
Show some
go
more
for...
shots.
Yeah, great idea.
Oh, immediately, 'cause it pissed me off. My kill, Dynasty Warriors Origins.
Why?
Why?
I can't stand
Why?
Dynasty Warriors games I liked them when I was a kid. Why are they still doing them? How many Dynasty Warriors games are there? 28.
What happened to you as a kid? Why do you hate games that you loved as a kid?
They're just, I'm done.
Why do you hate old games?
I'm done with them, mate. I'm done. I've played them. Completed it, mate. Clocked it.
Why do young people not have this nostalgia that the older generation have?
It's
Like
wild, isn't it?
he hates Metal Gear.
I don't hate Metal Gear.
No, you
Hates
do.
Metal Gear.
I don't hate
You
it.
hate,
You hate Metal Gear because you couldn't
hate
figure out
anything
how
that's
to get
old.
out of
I
something.
said
hate
it was
anything
the
that's
best game
old.
on the PS1. It just doesn't live up to today's standard. That's all I said. I said it was a fantastic game.
Hate anything that's old.
He does, doesn't he?
I don't. Restarts are my
you.
favorite games.
Hate you. You get to 40, he fucking detest you.
Hate
Yeah.
it.
All right, so that's your game. That's your
Dynasty Warriors, mate. It was. I couldn't believe it when I popped up and I saw it. I thought, "Is this fucking Dynasty Warriors?"
But the
again?
thing is,
There's like
they-
500 characters on screen. You're
they-
like, oh fuck this.
they've been
Yeah.
doing the same thing.
They're
Since
such
PS2.
nothing games.
Like everyone loves Dynasty Warriors
They're
because it's the
nothing games.
same thing.
They're nothing.
It's exactly
games.
the same thing. I thought it was interesting.
They've done. They've
It's not a
literally.
game for me. It's
There's
not a game
what?
for me.
There's got to be at least
Yeah.
20 or 30 Dynasty Warriors games. There's a
Yeah.
fucking Persona spin-off. There's a Legend of Zelda spin-off.
Zelda.
Yeah, Hyrule Warriors. And it's just like, just make something else.
Yeah.
Anything else. Why are you still doing Dynasty Warriors?
Mm.
I've fucking, if I want to play it, I've got plenty choice. Don't do another one. Origins is going back to the start. There's 20 games.
Speak, Spence.
Well, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. It's my kill. It's my kill. It's dead.
Okay.
I ain't playing it. Are you going to play it?
No.
Are you playing it, Phil?
No.
No. What a shock. It's a kill.
Okay, fair enough. Mr. Hoy, what's yours?
And I'm glad it's made it to this point because I think when we talk about the latter showcase, there might be a slightly different opinion of this game. Because Silent Hill, I think the first showing of it was absolutely terrible. It wasn't
One great.
it wasn't great. It wasn't shown in the best light. No. And I think what PlayStation showed again was more combat, but again jank combat. And I don't think it really fulfilled what Konami really wanted. Now I'm foreshadowing.
Again.
My mind is totally changed when we talk about later.
Silent Hill transmission, yeah.
But what they showed within PlayStation didn't sell it to me. And if that's all I saw, I would not be interested.
I agree with you. I agree. It would have been in my. I wouldn't necessarily put it into a kill,
Yeah.
but it wouldn't be a shag or a marry.
No. I wouldn't be interested in it.
Yeah, I agree.
Because the original that we saw was terrible. I thought what we saw at the PlayStation side of things, it was just more combat. And I don't want to see the combat in Silent Hill.
I want to see a puzzle. Show me a puzzle.
They did.
They did.
Which one?
Clock.
Like
In the
four.
PlayStation one or in
Yeah,
the transmission one?
Yeah, like twice.
Yeah. The clock they showed in the transmission trailer.
They showed a couple in the initial.
But anyway, I didn't like what PlayStation showed for Konami's Silent Hill 2. That was, my kill.
It's
Fair. I think we'll discuss this a little bit more, but mine should be really easy here. My kill, Infinity Nikki.
I thought you'd like that.
No.
I thought that'd be you know how like on the every month
Dressing as a little girl.
every
No.
month there's a new weird game and you're usually like I want to play that. I thought this would be
Nah,
yours.
nah,
Yeah, I'm
nah.
checking that out.
Literally, if I could find a game that would make me want to kill myself quicker, it's this. Like, this game feels like fucking AIDS incarnate. It's horrific.
Feels you played it.
No.
Were
I've
you?
seen it. And I feel like I've got like 20% AIDS. So I feel like this game is horrifically bad.
This feels like the type of game that you would play as a boy and finish it as a girl.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It encourages you to transition.
Exactly, it does.
You know what I mean?
does.
It's just pretty girls dressing up in dresses and thinking, "Oh, I look brilliant."
That's crazy.
But to be honest, a big fat guy in a cute dress, it ain't gonna cut it.
I feel like this game is the kind of game that makes the Catholic Church get onto kids. I feel like this is the kind of game
It's
that
the worst time again.
It's horrific. I feel like this is the kind of game that they literally they take a load of like Catholic priests like, thank God you believe in Christ. Oh yeah, I love Christ. Like, great. Do you are you happy to share the wine and share the bread? They're like, yeah. Are you happy to bum kids? They're like, what? No. They're like, here's Infinity Nikki. Play this through. You will bum them all. And they're like,
You'll want to be a female.
you'll want to bum them all.
Yeah.
Like, nothing gay about bumming them if you're already a female. And Infinity Nikki comes out.
I think it's a terrible game. I think it's one of the games that warps young men's minds.
Just like the church.
Wild. It's definitely not.
It is.
All
No,
it
it
is.
is.
all
It is.
It is.
That's so
It's
wild.
awful.
No, I agree,
It's
agree,
an
agree.
awful game. Awful game.
Agreed.
You know BBC when they turn up and they go COD's really bad because they've killed people. This is the game that makes a lot of people
wanna like kill people or bum them.
Yeah.
Both. Kill them bum.
Yeah.
It's double whammy.
Way too much. This is a killing. This
You
is a
either-
bumming.
You either hate the game and you come out as a genocidal maniac,
Yeah.
or you love it and you come out as a woman.
Yes. Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Yeah. You are
Outrageous.
It's either Hitler or fucking, Pam Anderson.
Oh, Pam Anderson would be alright.
I'd say, or Caitlyn Jenner, mate.
It's a 50-50 chance
50-50.
between Hitler or Pam Anderson. I'll take that chance.
Costs you a lot of money though, doesn't it?
Yeah, but to be fair, that 50-50 is class though. You
It's
got
a flip of the coin.
one side horrific. One side
Well,
like
you got to chop a ball off,
well, yeah, it is.
and the other side you got to chop two balls off.
Oh, but to be fair, if 50% of the people who play this game came out of Pam Anderson,
Yeah.
we'd be
No,
fucking
I mean,
drowned.
Why are they
Turn
Pamela
into-
Andersons? They're not the people playing this game.
Spence.
I mean, turn into.
No, I
Yeah.
understand. The
It's
people playing
either
this game
you
don't
turn
have
into
boobs.
Hitler because you fucking hate people,
You physically.
or you
don't.
physically
They-
turn into Pam
well, they
Anderson
might.
because you want to be a
They're fat
girl.
men.
If I turn into Pam Anderson, I get so much dick, bro. I mean, I'm not interested, but I'd learn to love it.
They're turning into what?
Or I know my chances though. I'll turn to Hitler. Frame one. Frame one. I know my
That's
chances.
Hitler or Pamela Anderson.
Yeah, I would. I'd turn. So would you, and Phil.
That's the name of the show.
Yeah, Hitler podcast.
Hitler or Pam Anderson.
Fascinated. Frame one.
Definitely not German.
No, I think on that point, Phil's right though. Kill it off. Kill it off.
Move on.
So, with that shocking discovery that everyone would be Hitler, let's move it on to the Silent Hill transmission. So, we covered the state of play. It's time for the Silent Hill intermission. Now, guys, have you both seen this? Spence, I'm going to move over to you first.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I watched it today.
Fact is, Phil doesn't smoke, so he's blowing bubbles next to us.
He's trying to. Yeah, he's trying to. Yeah, I've seen Silent Hill Transmission. Obviously, what it was opens with Silent Hill 2, goes into the movie, then it's a little bit on the short message, and then merchandise. And that is literally everything shown. I enjoyed it, but it didn't excite me for Silent Hill 2.
Hmm.
Everything I saw looked fine. I'm going to buy it and I'm going to play it. But just, I don't know, the movement looks weird in it. When he starts running, I thought, oh, that looks weird. It looks a bit not AAA. And then the combat still doesn't look amazing, but it looks improved on what it was. And I don't know. I'm excited for it, but I can't imagine it being as great as I want it to be.
Fair enough. Mr. Hoy, how do you feel about the Silent Hill showcase?
Well,
Yeah, well.
I went into it quite apprehensive, really, because I saw what Sony showed. And ultimately, Sony showed combat. And I kind of feel like the combat isn't the strongest point of survival horror. We talked about this in depth. We said, this isn't really what we want to see. But I think what the transmission showed really changed my mind about Silent Hill 2. Like, it blew me away with the graphic, the setting, the atmosphere. There was a few characters that were a little bit off. There's a few characters that were a little bit on. But my God, it looked beautiful. When they were going through, and he was walking through, and he was going to the shed, it looked incredible. The visuals, I thought it was... Can you hold this for me?
Of course, mate.
It looked absolutely beautiful. It was a different level. From what we saw in the previous Silent Hill, and what PlayStation showed, this was a different level. This was a different gravy. We're rolling on a gravy train with biscuit wheels at Silent Hill. I think it's really stepped up. I think it's I genuinely think they've turned. I genuinely think they turned the corner with it in terms of graphics.
That's a great expression.
When it comes to story, there's obviously revelations or reservations here that I have, because I kind of feel they may have changed certain things, but I'm ultimately open to that. Okay, because it is a remake of an older game, and the game that cannot be mentioned obviously did that, and that is totally fine, and we can accept that.
Depends on which one. A lot of people got arguments.
Well, we've all got arguments.
Yeah.
We all prefer the originals, but purists, and I'm sure Silent Hill
Two purists.
loyalists
Yeah.
are, purists when it comes to this game. But I thought the visuals looked absolutely incredible. Where they were going is a big step up. But what the best thing that I saw, and I think you probably picked up on this as well, Davey, is the combat. The combat, there were certain points where it was jank as fuck. He was hitting, and then he went for the big hit, and he missed, and it looked absolutely shit. But that is Silent Hill 2. But when I say combat, I don't mean combat. The best thing I saw in it is that he avoided combat, and that's what I want in this game.
Mm.
Because Resident Evil...
Resident Evil.
and I'll take a shot for that, it's all about engaging in combat. Silent Hill is more about avoiding combat.
Remember half, not all the way.
Okay. So there was a point, that's way over half. There was a point, and I think you probably picked up on this, that James avoided the combat with the nurse.
Runs past.
Mm-hmm.
And he run past it. And I was like, oh my God, this is actually what we want. This is incredible. Story. What is wrong with it? What is wrong with it at the moment? I don't see too much wrong with it. There's certain characters, because I haven't played it in a long time. The little girl, fucking awesome. But there's a certain character that I know what the internet is screaming and shouting about.
Angela.
But I haven't played it in a long time, so I haven't got those views.
So let's be clear about this now. Let's clear this up. I've been playing Silent Hill 2 for review recently, so I feel like I can speak to this in a little bit of authority. Angela, which is the character that everyone's memeing on, saying she looks horrific.
Fat face.
She's 19.
I don't know which character this is.
She doesn't look 19.
Is this the character in the leather jacket?
No.
Which character is it?
Big fat girl, the blonde one.
No, it's the character that's shown in the graveyard, like right at the start of the trailer.
Okay.
Right, Angela, major character in the entire game. So in the original, she looks about 35 as a bare minimum. She's supposed to be 19, and fans will say, stress.
Yeah.
Stress has aged her up. They don't age you to fucking 35. They don't. Like, she looks accurate.
Yeah.
She looks how a 19-year-old actually looks. They do not look 35. They look the same age as that.
Yeah.
She looks fine. She looks absolutely fine.
You're happy with it?
Very happy with it. I think the original character made no sense.
What about her sat in the mirror room?
I have to see the entire scene play out, because we only saw half of the scene.
Because I don't want to give it away for our listeners and our viewers. But how did you feel about the mirror room? Because that was offsetting for me. I didn't feel that was so close to the context of the original.
I feel like I'd have to play the game up to that point.
Okay.
To get there.
I can tell Spence I was in place for Silent Hill 2.
The way I'm feeling about this, right? I'll be
Yeah.
honest with you.
Yeah.
The way I'm feeling about this, everything I saw up until now, I was
Yeah.
very worried.
Yeah. Oh, I was as well.
I feel
was
like
not.
as if everything I saw was combat focused, and I thought,
Yeah.
why are they doing this?
Yeah.
And then I saw the fact that he went to hit a nurse with
And he
with the
missed.
pipe,
And he missed.
and she caught it.
Yeah.
She
was cool.
caught it and put it back, and I
Yeah.
thought, they fucking nailed this combat system. They've refined this for the modern sensibilities.
Well, it's not meant to be RE. I hope I can say this. It's not meant to be that. It's not meant to be that style of combat. It's meant to be janky as hell. Silent Hill 2, if you played it, it's fucking awful combat-wise. It's so hard.
No, I disagree with you here.
You right?
Like, the game that can't be mentioned combat
Yeah.
is guns and you run. And that is it. And if you're hardcore,
It's
hardcore,
guns
you-
and
a knife.
like the
Self-defense items.
Yeah.
Kind of shit. Yeah.
SH is all about using whatever you got, right? And
you
I
haven't got a lot.
that.
Mm.
The difference is here is that they showed you can switch between your melee and your firearms
Yeah.
Quick switch.
immediately. Fine.
Well, that was another thing that really like resonated with me, that James actually really didn't have any ammo.
No, hardly any.
But then
You wasted it immediately.
What
Oh, he had like 3 shotgun rounds. Yeah.
what version is he playing on? Has he been hard, medium? You know, if he's just playing on normal and that's the ammo he's got, I think the game's going to be good.
But they might have just loaded up that sequence. They might have just
Of course, but they
loaded in, given themselves that amount of ammo.
He was also searching round an office, wasn't he, when he went in?
And it's
and,
a boss.
and he didn't open one of the things.
Mm.
So that's when remember when he picked up the shotgun? It was like X to open there, and that was probably shotgun ammo. And then he walked out and shot the nurse. There's probably more ammo in the game.
Yeah,
but
probably.
I quite like no ammo.
The thing for me
Yeah.
is that I've got to this point. I'm reviewing this game
Yeah.
at the moment, the original. I've got to this point. I fired my pistol once
Yeah.
against a boss that comes earlier,
Yeah.
and that is it.
Yeah.
Like, I've not fired my shotgun. I've not done anything with that. Like, I would never choose to fire against that nurse.
You
nurse,
got to
no way.
avoid it.
But
Yeah.
what I like about here is I've always been like really hardcore melee. I've used
Yeah.
melee every single time I've got the opportunity. I've beaten people to fucking smithereens with a melee. I will not have that chance here because they're going to fucking ruin me. They're going to ruin me. Like, they caught the pipe. They caught the pipe in my hand.
Yeah.
Like, how are you supposed to fight that when they're catching your fucking melee weapons? You can't. So it means this game's going to be very different from the rest. And I finally understand why they showed so much combat trailer out here for this game.
Yeah.
Because it's not the same game that we knew before.
No.
It's different.
It shouldn't
It's
be.
improved
It shouldn't
vision,
be. It
yeah.
shouldn't
It's
be.
improved.
That's what it's supposed to be.
But the other world, how do you feel they've handled this in new version?
I feel like as if we haven't seen enough. I feel like as
It's
if...
all just blankets, right?
Yeah, I feel...
They've
but
only shown combat. That's basically it. They've
No,
shown a
the
bit.
other
they've-
world. Other world.
I feel like, to me, the whole point of this game is the story.
Because you have two worlds.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
now. Just,
It's the story
yeah.
of your own acceptance, your own guilt, right? That's what Silent
Yeah.
Hill is all about.
Mm.
And I will see how it's handled later in the game. This is too early.
They
at
don't
this
want to
point.
give too much away.
No.
do they?
And
And we
it's
don't
too
want
early.
to.
Of course
And we
not.
don't
We,
want it.
we know that
'Cause
James
I know what happens.
James goes on a journey of self-discovery about his own guilt. For the people that don't know the story of this game, they can't show too much. They show in the very early stages
Yeah.
and the midpoint of the game. A lot more to see. All I know is that after this, I feel very hopeful for this compared to
What
what
do
I
you
felt
think
to
of the-
before.
The boss.
Thought felt fine. Yeah,
You,
felt
you
fine.
enjoyed that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
Is
I
it
did.
scary? I think it's scary.
Scary.
I think it's scary enough.
Scary's a stretch. I mean, to me, the big thing is you come out of Silent Hill 2, and it's not what you come. It's going to feel really deep. It's not.
It's fine, mate.
You're going to say it's not
You're
what they
amongst
show you,
friends.
it's your
It's not-
interpretation
You're
of
amongst
it.
friends.
It's not the journey you've been on. It's the moment that you finish the game
So wanky.
and you
innit?
have a
so
reason.
wanky.
You have a reason to think about what's happened, and it affects you. Like Silent Hill 2 is one of those perfect games that, like, you finish and you think, "Fuck, there's so much here for me to explore. There's so much here for me to question. What did this mean? What did that mean?" Like, that is what Silent Hill 2 is. Silent Hill 2
You pick it
grabs
up
you
a lot.
on a psychological level
Yeah.
compared to anything else. Like a Resident Evil.
Resident Evil.
I'll take a shot for it. It's all about you experiencing that game. Like that story, that's what it is, that's what the characters go on. An SH.
I'll mix it.
An SH is not that. And an SH is you play the character's story and you resonate. You resonate on that.
You might want to stop him from what he's about to do. He's already poured a shot in there.
All right, just on the one. Fine, you said it once.
So, with that, anything else you guys want to raise about SH?
The merch looked good. There's not really too much else.
Awful.
I think the statue of the Chaser in Short Message looked sick. But then they didn't really show much else. The movie looked fine. They went deep onto that.
I think we should talk about the movie. The movie, there's multiple things to talk about the movie.
It looks good. They've based it off the original movie and obviously Silent Hill 2.
Okay.
And they've gone deep in depth on how they've got it to work. So the nurses are all acrobats that are trained to be able to move that way and stuff like that. It looks cool, but it's not really anything new. So, I mean, I'm a fan of it. I'm excited to watch it, and I'll definitely watch the film. I loved the other Silent Hill films, but it's not big news, I don't think.
I agree with Spence.
Not something I really want to see in a gaming conference, particularly.
I think the best thing, movie, is the director said that the people working on it actually loved the movie.
And the game. So they said it's a
And the
new
game.
generation of Silent Hill lovers or
Yeah.
something, yeah.
Yeah. So it's very difficult because we've gone to lots of these kind of movies and we've gone back and we've gone, oh, it doesn't really like hit home because we're the fans, right? But when it comes to Silent Hill, he's got us working on the film. So surely it should meet our expectations a little closer than maybe the game that cannot be mentioned.
Movies do.
Yeah. Movies do. That's all I hope, anyway.
Well, it's more of a story to follow.
I really enjoyed the first Silent Hill movie.
I really enjoyed it. Thought they
I
were
did.
good.
It's the same director. So
Yeah.
it should be good. It should be good.
I mean, the thing is, the game that can't be mentioned
Yeah.
has a ropey story, right? Like, let's be real.
I
Trying
think
to
Silent
adapt.
Hill's got a more solid story.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
does.
100%.
It does.
Always
way,
had.
way,
Way
way
always
more,
had,
way
yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Like the game that can't be mentioned, it relies on its gameplay rather than its plot, right? It honestly does.
Yeah.
Anyone else, like you wrap up the game, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. Like in one playthrough, Jill is locked up. In the other, Chris is locked up. Which is canon? No one knows. It's been 23 fucking years. No one still knows. Which is canon? Take it how you feel. At least with SH, you know this one canon ending. You gotta fucking earn that canon
Yeah, the
ending.
dog did it.
No, that's SH2. The She Knew You Knew is Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 1, it's about getting the demon to spawn. You kill him, you resurrect a baby. It all pays off in Silent Hill 3.
No spoilers.
Yeah, whoa.
That's how, oh, sorry. It's only fucking 25 years old. I'm so sorry about that. But that's the way it is. Thing for me is, I'm excited that we got a director who has staff on board that know the franchise.
It's the same director, the original.
Yes. And he has staff on board that know the franchise.
I'd give up, mate.
Yeah.
We also need a cloth.
So with that, I reckon it's about time we move it on
To the big quiz.
to the big quiz, baby.
Stop. Topic time.
So, lads, here we are. The big quiz. The fucking big mahoncho. The one that everyone says, oh, has everyone got drunk enough? And you say, nah. This is it. This is the big quiz. And do you know what? As the champion of the last big quiz, I got 3 shots to give. So do you know what I feel? Phil, 1. Spence, 2.
Good.
Finish off my round shot. And then we're going to dive into my quiz to start it off.
I knew you'd do that.
You're going to go first?
I'm going to go first.
Okay.
So, get your shots done. Let's get this on.
All right.
So halfway for his, all the way for mine.
So, here we are, guys. It's my quiz. And do you know what? I feel about it. I feel like my quiz is all about relying on the youth today. Like, we're all saying about, like, how Spence is young. But there's a whole new generation growing up here that potentially don't know about PlayStation. And that's what my quiz is all about. Ask Cassian.
Oh,
Okay.
never.
Okay.
So I asked him 5 separate questions. My son, my 5-year-old son, asked him 5 separate questions which I have his video responses from. So question 1.
Okay.
Which is the best or your favorite PlayStation character? And I got 3 separate questions. Now this question begins with the youngest in the group. So Spencer,
Okay.
you get your first choice of either A, Minecraft Steve, B, Astro, or C, Roblox Guy.
Ooh.
So, Spence, you got your first choice on this one.
When did you ask him this?
3 days ago.
Okay, I'm going to lock in. I'm going to say Roblox Guy.
I'm going to go Astro.
Let's hear from the lad himself.
From the gangster that is Little Cass. If you can find out where his videos are. It's on YouTube, not your camera roll.
Yeah.
Astro.
Oh, fuck.
Astro wins it, lads. Astro wins it. So 1 point to Phil, 1 shot to Spence. Number 2. Which PlayStation character is the best? A. And bear in mind, this is a 5-year-old boy here. A. Nintendo Switch. B. PlayStation 5. C. Mummy's phone. Phil, your choice. Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Mummy's phone.
Oh, what? So no one's going for the PS5. Okay.
PlayStation 5.
Oh, never. What did you ask him?
PlayStation
Hang on,
5.
you asked him what is his
Oh,
favorite
we're both
PlayStation. What did you ask him?
Which PlayStation is the best?
Which PlayStation is the best? Okay.
Yeah, so I definitely didn't ask that. But hey, benefits of being completely trashed at the time, I suppose. Anyway, back to the show.
Number 3. Who is the best?
That's it.
Spencer, Phil, Daddy. Spence, your turn to answer first.
I'd rather Phil go first. Fuck. It's either me or you. Can't be Phil. It's got to be Daddy. Has to be.
Spencer.
If it's me, I'm livid. I'm really happy.
Daddy.
It's Daddy. Get your shot on you, Phil.
Hello?
What a terrible quiz. What do you mean?
I mean,
How are we supposed to know these answers?
Well, this is the
half a
thing.
shot.
It's luck of the draw, mate.
It's not my fault. It's
Half
not my
a shot.
fault you did it.
Don't do me like double.
Daddy.
Horrific quiz, mate. I'm game for it. I'm game. But it's a nightmare.
Question 4.
Hmm.
Which would you rather? A PlayStation 5 or a new bike?
Only 2 answers.
Only
Are
2.
you fucking serious?
Oh,
So whoever goes second just loses.
whoever gets it wrong. Whoever gets it wrong, game over, bro. Phil, yeah, first choice.
PS5.
Fuck. What then? What? Don't turn to me looking for an answer. I have to say a bike. PS5.
Okay.
Can I say PS5 as well? Then what's the point? Go on.
Then you lose.
Are you ready to have a new bike? So I choose
Yes!
PS5. PS5 wins. He
Cass.
says, I already have a new bike.
Oh, you
so
dickhead.
it's gonna be a PS5. Don't call my son a dickhead.
No,
It's
you
not my fault.
dickhead. You're the one who made this quiz. Your son's fine. He doesn't know what's going on.
Nah. Get your shot on you.
Pass it over here. I got the shot, Ross. Give it you.
Question 5 for my quiz. What is Daddy's real name? A. Daddy Davis. B. Matthew Davis. C. Skibbity Toilet. And bear in mind, this is a 5-year-old boy.
I really hope he didn't say skibbity toilet. It's my question. I'm the answer, by the way.
It's you to answer first.
I sincerely, if he said skibbity toilet, he's watching some mental stuff. Have you seen skibbity toilet?
Unfortunately, my son showed me Skibbity.
It's mental. There's wars that happen. What? So it's Daddy Davis, Matthew Davis,
It's A.
or skibbity toilet.
Daddy Davis. B. Matthew Davis. C. Skibbity Toilet.
Why would he say Davis? I'm gonna I'll say Daddy Davis.
I see Matthew Davis.
No way he calls you Matthew.
Daddy.
No.
Daddy Davis.
Okay.
It was Daddy fucking Davis.
Terrible.
Let's go, Spence. So, Mr. Hoy,
Take my shot.
time for you to take your shots. So, with that, the end of my quiz comes to a result. 2 for fucking 2, lads.
2 apiece.
Well done. You've all passed the Cassian quiz.
Good
Well
game.
done, well
Good
done,
game, my
well
friend.
done,
Good
well
game.
done.
Very soft hands.
Spencer, gonna pass it over to you for your quiz.
My quiz. There we are. All right. My quiz then, guys. Let me show you what I've got. Welcome, gentleman and gentleman. If you're hearing this right now, then you have finally made it to Spencer's Big Quiz Opening Edition. Now, I'm sure you're curious as to what Opening Edition might entail. So let me lay it down for you boys. I'm going to be playing the opening scene to a video game. You have to tell me what video game it is just from the dialogue alone. Now, there may be background music and odd noises from the game in the background. Listen for these, as they may help to narrow down your answer. Also, just for clarity's sake, the button is off for this quiz, but that doesn't necessarily mean that one of the answers is definitely from that series. It is just to avoid any mess. Now, with that out of the way, let's dive in to question 1. Right. Before it goes on, do you understand?
Yeah.
Understand?
Yeah.
What it is, first one, shout it out.
Okay.
Whoever gets it
Okay.
right, just shout it out from the thing.
Fine.
All right.
I don't know what happened.
Last was 1.
You're supposed to take her to the fireflies and walk away.
Last verse
Last
2.
was 2.
Phil wins. Last of Us 2. Last of Us 2. It's the
You don't
opening
have to take
scene.
a shot. He said that.
Yeah, you don't have to take a shot.
Don't have to take a shot.
But
He
it's
said
a
that.
point for Phil.
Thank you.
You should have known because Last of Us 1 opens with Sarah. Whereas Last of Us 2 opens with Joel and Tommy. Question 2, boys. Give it a second. There's a brief pause in between each one.
Members of the Resistance, report to your nearest intake facility immediately. We promise nothing nefarious will befall you. We promise.
These are all games we've all played.
Resistance members, report to the VIP section of your nearest intake facility
Ball
for
play.
compulsory behavioral modification. It will be fun. Fun.
4-2.
No. They're all PlayStation IP. I can replay it if you want.
Sure.
Members of the Resistance, report to your nearest intake facility immediately. We promise nothing nefarious will befall you.
Oh, Ratchet and Clank!
We promise.
Rips apart.
I have to give it to Phil. You both said it at the exact same time, but then he clarified Rift Apart. So I have to give it to Phil, so it's 2 points to Phil. I have to. And the issue is, you've both heard a little sneak peek of what the next one is. So are you ready?
Once there was an explosion. A bang which gave birth to time and space. Once there was an explosion. A bang which set a planet spinning in that space. Once there was an explosion. A bang which gave rise to life as we know it. And then came the next explosion.
Death Stranding.
Death Stranding. Death Stranding it is. That is correct, my friend. So it's 2-1 in Phil's lead. Ready for the next one?
Yep.
September 30th, 1998. It's a day I'll never forget.
Resident Evil 5. This is.
The cop inside me died that day. And that night, Raccoon City was wiped out.
Resident Evil 4.
Resident Evil 4. It's fucking Leon, mate.
Yeah.
Loser.
He's not in RE5.
Loser.
I thought it was Chris.
Leon, mate.
RE4 remake opening cutscene. There you are. 3-1, Phil's favour. So Phil guaranteed wins. However, you can bring it back and earn 2 points.
Couple of shots in your favour.
Ready? The last one. And I think this one is also the hardest. Game you've both played.
What's that now? Don't like the cold? Can't stay in today. We have a ritual to perform, you and I. Here. Wear this. It belonged to my daughter.
That's it. You've both played it 100%.
Both played it.
I can play it again if you need. All right.
What's that now? Don't like the cold? Can't stay in today. We have a ritual to perform, you and I. Here.
Horizon.
Wear this.
Which one?
It belonged to my
No.
daughter.
Horizon Wild.
Horizon 1.
Zero Dawn.
I'll give it to Davey for saying Horizon 1. But yeah, it's Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh.
The opening of that game.
Oh. It's 2-1.
It's 3-2. You've won,
Yeah, I know.
but he's pulled it back, so it's not a 4-1 loss.
Hmm.
So Phil, you win. That is my quiz. I'm surprised you guys didn't get those a bit faster, not gonna lie. But I assume the beverages have taken a hold. That's my quiz. Congratulations, Phil, on winning.
So, Phil, Spence's quiz is over. The losers drunk their shots. It's your turn.
I will say the scores are currently, so as far as I believe, I'm on 2 points. Phil is on 5 points. And you yourself, Dave, you're on 2 points. So this is all to play for. Either of us
all
could
to
still
play
beat
for.
Phil. In fact, we should. As long as we don't lose on any round, one of us should win.
Yeah.
So it's between you and I.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, we're going to do a schoolyard combat, Mortal Kombat, between the two of these guys. These guys are grown up on the streets. We are ready for this combat. So it's going to be 5 rounds, best of 3, and I'm going to pick out a couple of things that you've got to compete against each other, and I'm going to give you points, okay? So Davey, as you are the king, you can start, okay? So for the first, it's Thumb of War. And you can Say the rhyme. Between you and Spence, 1, 2, 3, I declare thumb war. Best of 3, this is.
Do you know what the actual rhyme is?
1, 2, 3. I declare from war. 5, 6, 7, 8. Who do you appreciate?
It's not quite right, but yeah.
Bow.
You go first.
Wow. Got such bigger thumbs than me, mate.
Yeah, still from
Oh, you trying to do the cheat?
This is round 1, boys. Round 1.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's a
lie.
lie.
It's what you tried doing to me.
Spencer has got round 1. Round 1. Round 1.
Did you not try doing that exact thing to me?
But it is best of 3. So link arms, boys.
Go on, say the rhyme. What do you want me to say this time?
What? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare from war. 5, 6, 7, 8. Who do we appreciate?
Do you want me to do the better one?
Bow.
I like the bow you do.
What?
Right. Let's go.
No fingers.
1, 2, 3, 4.
No.
Keep going, guys.
We're going. In my face with his thumb.
Oh,
Look at him putting his finger out. Cheating
no
little
finger,
fuck.
no finger. Grab it.
Crouching tiger.
Get it. Get it, bro. I got longer thumbs, bro.
Look at him cheating. It's on the video.
Never. I'll never cheat.
Crouching tiger.
Yes.
Get him.
Don't you say it like that. So seductive.
I'm so gay about it.
Look at him cheating.
No, never. Get it. Why are your hands so freaking long?
They're not.
There's 5 levels.
I can't believe you did 3. It shouldn't be best of 3, by the way. It should be best of 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. I win the thumb war.
Right, Spencer won the first
It
one.
should be 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a thumb war. 4, 3, 2, 1. Who will be the strongest thumb?
Right,
Oh,
right.
I know.
The second one here is slaps. So we
Do you know the story of this game with me?
yeah. So Spencer can go first on this one.
The crowns come off.
Right,
So I go first.
best of 3.
Alright, ready? You're not even moving. Do you know this game?
This is all just.
Well, who win? How do we win this game?
Well, you win, don't you?
How? By him quitting?
Yeah, by him quit.
2,000 years later.
Yo, it's your boy Davey checking in during the edit. Basically, this just went on for like 10 to 15 odd minutes of us slapping the shit out of each other. Most of it just me getting absolutely manhandled because I was way too drunk because I'd done all my shots. But too stubborn to ever quit, and neither of us would. So we quickly realised it was a game with no end and just gave it to Spence and moved on. I've saved yourself a bit of trauma here.
Okay, you've done that round. It's now the staring contest round. So, close your eyes, look at each other, and who's going to blink first? Spencer or Davey?
What, just close your eyes the entire time?
No, you have
No.
to say when to open our eyes.
1, 2, 3.
Handsome boy. You just blinked right in front of my
Yeah,
face.
You blink straight
yeah,
away.
yeah.
Oh, Spencer won.
Number
Rock,
4.
paper, scissors in our next game.
That'll do. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Best 3 or best 1?
Best of 3.
Right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Ready? I win.
And the last one, you've got to look at each other and you've got to make each other laugh.
I thought you were going to say you got a kiss.
So you're looking each other in the eye. You're going to make him laugh. Hey!
Surely you've laughed already. What do you mean, You have.
Mm.
It's been laughing this whole time.
Yeah.
All right, Spence, win then. Congratulations.
What's that for? Well, no, I don't know what the other round is. So
3-2.
is it 3? I don't think it is 3-2. I won at least 4 of them, and then the slaps is inconclusive. I won all the others.
Spence, you take the crown out.
I win.
I think it is.
What, have you won that big quiz?
Yeah.
Oh, you won mine.
That's it, mate.
So undramatic.
Massively undramatic, yeah.
Oh, but okay.
You just let him have it, I think.
Well done, Spencer.
Okay.
End of the show then, guys.
Yeah. I guess that's.
Do you want me to wrap it up because I'm no sober? All right. So I'm the new king. Thank you guys for reigning me your current champion. Appreciate it. I'll hold this crown for the next 8 episodes. It's not the usual reign we get, but it's a reign that I will carry nonetheless. Thank you for tuning in to episode 92 of In PS We Trust. We appreciate it. To my right is Davey. Say hello.
Hello.
And to my further right is Phil. Say hello.
Yo.
Yo. Thank you for tuning in. Please leave a review, comment, like on any of your preferred platforms. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you.
In PS We Trust is hosted by Davey, Phil, and Spencer. You can write into the show via our email, pswetrust@gmail.com. Our Twitter is @InPSWeTrust. To find each of us online, follow our Twitters, @SSJDavey, @PhilipHoy, @SpenPie_. Thank you for listening. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. See ya.